George Clooney made fucking Casamigos?
Revelation at the beginning of the new Blunt Talk. We just found out that George Clooney, Chili
Get
Sosa
the
finds
fuck
out.
out of here.
Bro, yes.
Why did...
Think about how much that George Clooney went up during the 2020 summer. Think about how much like money he made during 2020 summer when everybody was
two
drinking.
summers back to back.
Bro, how much money he's drinking? Do you drink Casamigos?
I feel like that's the only thing I've been drinking
Really?
recently, yeah.
Really? For how long?
The last couple times I've died has been Casamigos.
And see, he has a whole demographic, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, the last like 6 or 7 times I done drunk Casamigos.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this shit is by George Clooney.
It's by George Clooney.
Why does he have tequila?
You get money. Once you get a certain amount of money, you got to buy some type of liquor or some type of. You got to have like a vice. You got to have blunts. Remember, Little Baby who did the Swisher Sweet?
We was like, why the fuck is he on Swisher? Nobody smoked them shits no more.
He was just getting so much money that you got to have
do something.
You got to have some type of weird vice that like. What are those meetings like though? Like when like Little Baby comes in there and like.
Nigga, what you mean?
Like when Swisher Sweet hits Doc. What's his name? What's his boss name? What the fuck is the
Q?
boss? Q. When Swisher Sweet hits Q. What is like?
It's like we got this fucking proposition. We're trying to throw Little Baby. We know we're not the best company right now, but you know what I'm saying. We could push them. We got 6 million.
You like Swishers?
I do.
Yeah, Swishers have a demographic. Yeah, they have a demographic.
Only because that's the first, like, the very first time I ever smoked weed, we smoked 2 Swisher blunts. Like, I just got high as fuck, and I just liked them since.
I like how we're rolling into this. Let's introduce our first guest, by the way. We're just rolling into here, you know what I'm saying?
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know we were rolling. My bad.
We have our special guest today. Special guest, good friend.
Special?
Drummer Taylor White. Live in the studio today. Off Blunt Talk today. How you doing today? This is our first female guest. This is you have busted our cherry of our podcast today. This is the first female guest, you know what I'm saying, on Blunt Talk. Many more. You're opening the door. So think about every question you answer. They're going to be on you with a microscope.
I know. I have so much anxiety. I have so much anxiety.
Like I told you, this is I think we're like a chill podcast. We're just
very relaxed.
You see how we just roll in?
Yeah. I know, but I still have anxiety. I don't know why.
Is it because like you just feel like it's weird, like the spotlight's on you, like this is an interview kind of podcast?
I think it's because
we're all here for
you.
Why you have to say it like that?
Because you know me in a different light than a lot of people know me.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why I have anxiety, I guess.
Don't worry, I'm gonna like ask you questions and act like I don't know shit about you.
So basically, she's saying she don't want you to ask some questions that nobody knows about.
I'm gonna ask these questions.
Podcast questions.
That's like when on the Wolf interview, everybody thought we were going to talk about Chris Travis.
We're not finna talk about shit nobody wants to talk about. I mean, the guest doesn't want to talk about.
Literally everybody
we're not finna make the guests uncomfortable. If they don't want to talk about that, that's what we're talking about.
That was one of the things, though. Like, everybody thought that interview was going to be about...
Oh, they didn't talk about Wolf. They didn't talk about Chris.
We didn't say... I think we said, like, one thing about Chris the whole interview.
But we just said something positive, though. Yeah,
it was something good. Positive, it was, like, about him helping start SoundCloud.
Exactly.
So it wasn't nothing bad.
I seen the comments. I'm like, bro, why y'all want beef and drama so badly? Jesus.
I just don't feel like our podcast needs to be surrounded like that. We don't need a bunch of tabloids, shit on the
I don't need
clickbait and all type of shit like that.
Because I feel like as time goes by and we get more and more guests, you want those prestigious guests. You want the Donald Trump or the Joe Biden one day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I feel because we're not on that, guests are more comfortable to come on and talk.
Would you have Kanye West on there?
Yes. Even though it'll be probably taken down and all, you know what I'm saying? There'll be a lot of backlash by it, but fuck it, I'll do it.
How have you been feeling about this Kanye West shit, Taylor?
I don't really care.
Are you in tune with that type of some media?
I mean, I see it, but I just don't care.
Yeah. It's just not
I really don't.
It's like whatever. It's like one man. Like he's not gonna like ruin your day. Let's talk about a little about you, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about where you're from, where you grew up, your upbringing, you know what I'm saying? Where are you from? You want to tell our audience, you know what I'm saying? Where are you born and raised? Don't be shy.
I'm from Washington State. My family's from a little reservation called Squaxin Island. And like how I was raised, I don't know. I grew up in like foster care, so I was kind of a little bit of everywhere.
You're a res girl.
Yeah, I was on and off, though, when I was in the system. Like, they kind of moved me around to not be there and then also to not be around certain people. So
would you being in the system, would you say, like, you are was it the system of natives, like when you were moved to foster care with the different native families and stuff like that?
Yeah. I was in I'm an enrolled tribal member, so when I was entered into the system, we were entered into our tribal's like child protective services instead of like the state, which I'm super thankful for.
Yeah.
Because with the tribal, when they try to keep you within your culture, like people who are also have native blood or who are really intertwined with
so you can relate
the
to
community,
yeah.
so that way the culture doesn't die off. And it's like it's called the Child Indian Welfare Act, the ICWA, that they put in place in like the 1970s just to keep Native kids with Native families.
I was gonna say, is that a thing, like, or has there ever been a thing like of Native kids like going like to white families or black families? Like,
Well, that's why that's a thing. It's not, but right now it actually is in. It's a big like topic of discussion right now. Like it's being brought back to the Supreme Court on whether it should be a thing anymore because people are calling it like they're discriminating against white people getting Native kids, but it's like it's not even like that. They're just trying to make sure the culture stays alive, especially away from the white people, because
I like the white people.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I mean. Colonizing assholes.
She ain't playing. White people.
So, no.
Did you grow up? How was like being on a Native reservation? Because me and Chili, we've toured. Actually AC too. So he's been to the reservation with me. How was
New Mexico?
Huh? Yeah, New Mexico. Yeah, New Mexico. Shiprock.
They're all different, though. They're all really different.
Well, you being from Washington is more like water, right?
Yeah, we're surrounded by water. Pretty much everywhere. Like,
how is it like? Because now of course you do modeling and everything. You're killing OnlyFans, tattooed, inked. How was it actually being on the res growing up? How was it like interacting with that? Like, obviously, like, you grew up it's a segregated place, you know what I'm saying, like, with just your race. How was it when you saw, like, models and you saw, like, music and, like, were you able to get off the res and experiencing that when you were younger?
I feel like when I was way younger, I went to a Native school, so once I went to public school, I was really, like, shown a different world.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to explain it. So I kind of feel like once I transferred to public school, I went through kind of like a culture shock. Like
do you remember seeing your first black person ever? Or like your first white person?
Why was I finna ask that?
That's real. Because I was seeing some shit today, like just on Instagram scrolling. It was like Chinese people seeing it was like a cartoon, but it was like Chinese people seeing their first black person. On the res, how is that? Like, your first white person or Asian?
I've seen black people when I was really young. My auntie, she was always kind of like off the reservation in like the city, like, and it was definitely more.
When are you able to go off the reservation? Like, when is that a thing?
I mean, you're not like locked on
You're not
the
locked
reservation.
Elementary
It's like
school.
No, it's not
you're
elementary.
not locked there, but
but it's like
it's like a little
And
community.
like a community, you got
It's a
rules
community.
and guidelines and stuff like that.
It's sovereign nation, so it's like, sorry. So we have like our own police and court and like just our own system pretty much. So when we have a tribal council kind of situation, like our own tribal government.
And what type of situation would call like a tribal meeting? Like, what type of situation call that? Like, when do you have to like really talk to your elders and stuff like that?
There's tribal meetings all the time, just about different things. I haven't gone to one in probably like, I don't know, forever. But they're pretty often, I mean.
So you're...
Just different where different money is going, just different topics of what.
Yeah.
I was actually supposed to have a meeting last time I was there. It didn't really work out because the girl, like, she got sick or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But my aunt used to do like the suicide awareness events within the tribe.
Which I want to talk about later. I want to talk about your mental health and all that stuff that you...
Yeah, but she used to do it, and they didn't want to like fund it or whatever anymore at a certain point. And then the girl, she just got like elected to be in tribal council, and she's pretty young. Like, she's not too much older than myself, so I think I respect that. It's pretty cool. And she messaged me and was like trying to put together a little meeting to do that.
Tell us about, you just left the tribe maybe like 2 months ago. You went to,
Let's say, yeah. Well, I can't
can you tell me
remember
about
last time
the river canoe? You did canoeing with your tribe. It was you.
Oh, the last time I was there?
Yeah, like tell us about that.
Yeah. What was it? It was the welcoming of the salmon or whatever. And it's just basically giving, like, thanks to, what feeds us. Like, we take care of what takes care of us, pretty much. So at the beginning of, like, salmon season, there's the first salmon ceremony. You, like, give thanks to the river, and then you give back the salmon. And then it's, like, salmon season, so then you fish.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, it's the welcoming it back, but you do it in the Puget Sound.
The Puget Sound.
Yeah, which is, like, the bay water of Washington. And then you canoe. Everyone meets up in a canoe there to give thanks to the land.
Like the not, I mean, for lack of better terms, like the religious beliefs, but like the spiritual beliefs of like your tribe. My bad. Was that loud?
No, that was my bad. That's me.
Like the spiritual beliefs of your tribe. Like, are they all different? Are all the tribes different? Spiritual beliefs?
Yes. All the different. So, like, imagine, like, before colonization.
That's white people.
Yes.
You're fucking Italian, motherfucker. You're not even full fucking just white, man.
Basically, white though.
You're an immigrant too.
But before that, imagine all these different communities of people. So imagine, like, Europe, like, they're all different countries of different people, of different nations.
Yeah.
All the tribes are different nations.
So different religions, different gods, different spirits.
They're similar and they're different in a lot of ways, but, like, they're not the same. We don't have, like, you can't just have, like, one belief that is a belief to all tribes. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Black people, do we have shit like that? Black people?
Yes, all the African tribes?
No, I'm talking about, like,
out here,
but Americans, though, like.
No.
I guess it's like us.
That was post-white people.
We separated, like, hood nigga, suburban nigga.
Shut your ass up.
How do we black people, we separate, like, our... Because we do
you
have
just
tribes.
said it.
Yeah, it's hood nigga. Black, it's
only
suburban nigga.
It's only a couple categories.
Yeah, but you wouldn't call it
It's like street
tribes.
niggas.
You're just
Yeah, we say kind of
different
like cliques.
communities and stuff.
Is it community?
Yeah, basically, real shit.
Because, like, we don't have... I feel like black people...
Sets, hoods.
We don't have a...
No, for real.
I feel like we don't have a universal... Like, okay, I guess, like, you want to say Christianity is kind of like the universal black people, but then there's a lot of people that are Muslims. A lot of
most
people...
black people are Muslim.
I feel like that, too.
Like, nowadays, like, everybody I meet, they're Muslim. Everybody. Like, 90% of people, Muslim. No, they be like, I was Christian, but I'm a Muslim.
So, like, if you meet like a Cherokee or like a Navajo, what is y'all common relation? Like, how do y'all relate?
I don't have... I have only met a couple Navajo people over, like, the internet and just by watching.
Is that because you guys are in different areas, so, like, you're not gonna...
Yeah, like, where I'm from, we're, like, the Coast Salish people, and then, like, the Navajo people. There's, like, the Navajo is such a humongous tribe, and they have so many different clans and, like, groups and, like, communities of people. So I can't really speak on them. I think a lot of their beliefs are pretty cool, though. But they're not mine to speak on, and I respect them enough to know.
It's like you guys kind of relate that we're all Native American people. This is our land. But
I feel like we all have a connection to the land. I feel like we all feel so deeply about, like, where we're from, and we're so proud of, like...
So kind of like...
being Native. I think that's a common thing. Like, we're also...
Me and you watched Avatar the other day.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not spoiling, but it's just...
people are boycotting it right now because...
It's very Native.
What the director said about the Lakota people was very out of pocket and unnecessary. Let's be real. It was unnecessary.
What do you say?
Just some fuck shit, really, about how they're, like, pretty much, like, hopeless and, like, dying off of suicide. And the suicide rates within the Native community are crazy high. So it's like, you didn't need to say none of that. It's kind of...
He said it in the movie or, like...
He said it like an interview.
No, he said it in an interview.
James Cameron. Who is white as hell and making this...
I'm telling
and then
you,
he
bro.
didn't hire, like, any natives to play the roles.
We were
and then
saying that.
He had all these people with dreads and, like,
There's
Polynesian
no black people
tattoos.
in the movie. There's no black people in the movie, but they all got,
had
like...
Kate Winslet
It
with
wasn't
an,
black
like...
people in the first one.
But I'm
having
like,
an
the
accent.
avatars have deep dreadlock features.
So you're trying to say they're black?
I mean, I think the tree. What do we talk about, Sky? The tree people are black, and then the water people are Polynesian, like Mexican.
Islanders,
Oh, is that what you're
indigenous
getting at?
people.
For sure. Watch the movie.
I never even thought about it like that. I just thought
Or
of it as
don't.
cartoon
Me neither.
characters.
Or don't.
But this movie, you kind of see that, like,
I want to see it though.
It's,
Like
it's,
it's great,
it's
though.
glamorizing
I love it. I love Avatar. She
colonization in a different
on the
light.
low.
Really?
Yeah, if you think about it, if you really put your mind to it, like if you really look at it in that light and like put your shoes,
Like-
your feet in someone else's shoes, like you'd
'cause I can't
see
really-
you know what it is? I mean, besides you and
anyone of color or anyone who's indigenous or anyone who is like
what it is,
can see with their eyes.
and I want to talk
would
about
see.
this. How do you feel like, Native culture is portrayed on mainstream media? Because, now, we're together every day, damn near. So I'm with a Native person all the time. So like I understand. Like I would never really like think of Native problem. Like it's Black Lives Matter just happened. We had a whole movement. But and I remember the Natives were kind of on that movement a little bit. They had their little I forgot something happened around the Black Lives movement.
Because it was in L.A. I seen him in L.A. I think.
It was something but it's crazy that because there's the Native. I mean, I don't want to say extinct, but that it was genocide. What happened to the Native American people? You know what I'm saying?
We're definitely not extinct.
Not extinct, of course, but I'm saying genocide though.
Yeah.
It was mass murder. You know what I'm saying? In this country. So it's how do you feel like? Do you feel like it's a positive portrayal in these last few years of Native American culture?
I feel like.
All right, what do you feel? What is your view on that?
I feel like.
Extortion. What do you mean?
I feel like the older movies kind of portrayed us in a way where it was just like, I don't know, definitely not it. Definitely what they wanted to see or how they wanted to see natives. And definitely just one certain type. We come in so many different. There's Afro-Indigenous. I'm super light.
Yeah.
There's so many different kinds. But I feel like recently it's getting better. I feel like there's a lot of Native representation now, especially with that show Res Dogs. We watched that together.
It's hard.
That shit was so relatable.
Love that
Every episode, I felt like I could relate with something.
Even I feel like the boys, don't you feel like Native culture now? I mean, that's one of our biggest fan bases.
Yeah, my homie I played the game with. He in New Mexico. He Native American. He always tell me about the Reds, how you move on and off and go back and all. You feel me?
Yeah. So it's definitely I definitely feel like it's getting more mainstream.
It is, yeah, and I'm thankful for that. I think that's pretty cool.
Now, let's talk about modeling. You're on the res and you're living this res life. What made you want to get into modeling, tattoo modeling? Because obviously you weren't always tatted. So what made you jump into that? What made
It's so random,
what was the
honestly.
inspiration?
Okay, so one day I was bored as fuck. I really don't even know what compelled me to do this, but I started accepting all my random ass Facebook friend requests. Don't laugh. And then I got a message from this guy, and he was like, I think you're so pretty. Here's my studio. Here's some model references. Feel free to message them or call them. Here's our emails. Here's my website. I also own a cheer gym, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then I contacted two of the models he had shot with, and they said that he was cool. So I was like, all right, maybe I will. And I took my friend with me to go shoot with this guy, and I don't know, I just liked being in front of the camera. I don't know, I just felt, because before that I was working 2 jobs every day.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Yeah.
I hated life. I really was about to off myself, I think, at one point.
Were you already tatted at the time at the photo shoot?
I have two tattoos, I think, or 3.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely had this one. I got one tattoo, and I got a lot of tattoos.
What was the
really
inspiration
fast.
to get into that world? Because why didn't you go to Gucci or Chanel? What made you do the tatted model? What was the inspiration? What did you see?
I'm small. Back when I first started, when I first shot, it was 2015. I was not.
You mean frame wise, you were small?
Yeah, there are a lot of people I reached out to shoot with in Seattle, because that's where I was that's where people would go shoot.
Mm-hmm.
The people I would reach out to would be oh, you just don't fit the kind of
Like look.
I usually shoot.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like cool. So I shot with the people I could shoot with.
Was that like intimidating at first? Like, did you get like uninspired when people would turn you down and stuff like that? What kept you going? Why did you feel what gave you the confidence to keep pushing even when people told you that? Like, 'cause that's a big deal, like modeling, you know, like people tell you that you don't have the look to be in my photo or something. It's like,
you don't have the look.
Yeah, am I ugly? Am I fat? Am
I actually shot with this one company. I thought, I was like, this is so cool. And then I pulled up and everyone was so tall compared to me. And so when we shot together, it looked so ridiculous. And then they're like, we're going to have to reshoot this without you. And I was just like, yeah, like I was like, fuck, okay.
I was gonna say, back then everybody wanted you to be like 6 foot or 5'11" or some crazy shit.
Like 1 on a good day.
Yeah, they want you to be tall as hell.
Do you feel like modeling has changed since then? Like,
oh yeah, with like Instagram and the internet, it's definitely changed. So now, like, it doesn't matter. You can be kind of like whatever and still.
So you were like in the game before really Instagram.
Do you want this?
Yeah, before Instagram.
I feel like people had Instagram, but I got mine. Yeah, I guess kind of like in 2015. Right, I made it like right before, like 2 weeks before that photo shoot with that guy. Like literally.
So you going the tatted route was kind of strategic. Like you knew you kind of saw like that was getting a little more traction. Like
I just always admired my auntie. Has a lot of tattoos, and I just always admired her a lot, I guess. And I just feel like she was my tattooed angel. Like, I don't know. And I just seen her going to the shop a lot when I was younger. So I would see all the little tattoo, like, models in the magazines and stuff. And I just thought they were hot. And I just...
So did you have, like, an alternative, like, upbringing and stuff like that? Like, what type of music were you bumping? Like, were you going to rock shows or, like...
I feel like I liked little rock guys back in the day. So there were some things I would go to.
Yeah. How was that, like, on the res, like, the music scene on the res?
This is when I was off. This is when I was, like, I don't even know how I got into this situation, but I ended up in this place called Renton, which was, like, a little bit out of Seattle for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's where I started hanging out with, like, the person that was, like, doing. And then we would go to this place called, like, El Cortisone or some shit, and it was just like some little underground in Seattle.
I'm pretty positive I performed it.
It's like a club?
Yeah. Pretty positive.
Wait, before you get off of tattoos, who did your tattoos? Is it a bunch of different artists or one specific artist?
No, I have a lot of different artists on me. When I first started getting tattoos, I went to this one artist who I thought I was going to be cool with. He did a lot of, like, my really big pieces. And then we just had, like, a weird falling off because, I don't know, like, I think I told you this story. He, like, got a girlfriend or whatever, and he started, like, managing his Instagram, and, like, I don't know. I just think I was, like, last priority, but it's cool.
But, like, so it's, like, multiple artists. Because I have tattoos, a bunch of tattoos, but they're all from the same. Like,
you are pretty tatted.
My best friend.
You are pretty tatted.
But my best friend did all of them because he's a tattoo artist.
Do you have to have, like, a loyalty to your tattoo people? Is that, like, a
hell
thing?
yeah?
I feel pretty loyal to my tattoo artist right now,
like, What is the like, how do you switch your tattoo artist?
Mine ended on bad, weird terms.
I ain't switch. I want to keep going to bro.
How many, you got tattoos by Ryan too?
Yeah, like all my good shit's by Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I ain't got tatted. I want to get tatted by Ryan.
Really?
I like Ryan.
I think the loyalty is like because of trust. Like you trust, you're trusting them in permanently like altering your body for the rest of your life. And once they fulfill that trust, you don't really want to go to anybody else. Like it's like looking for a girlfriend. It's like if you have a girlfriend that you trust, like you don't want to go looking for a girlfriend.
You don't want to
hold
on one.
Or a barber. You just want to keep going the same barber. You don't want them to fuck your shit up.
True, because I'm definitely like a man of routine. I like doing messing with the same people.
Yeah, Baker doesn't understand. He shaves his own head. He don't have no tattoos, so he understands the whole
man of routine. Man of routine,
bro. In house, everything.
Yeah. So, what was the road to getting the cover of Ink magazine? Because that
was my first goal.
Because now that I've done research, of course, do research for my interviews, and I've seen Ink magazine has a lot of it's a pretty everybody's on Ink magazine. Like that's the top tatted shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, for sure.
So how did you get to that level? Like what what was the road like? So you get your first photo shoot. You start. How did the buzz start building? How did you start getting a name, and how did everything start going up? When did you see the rise?
Okay, so like I said, I was just shooting around Seattle, whoever I could, and just posting and working, and like I was like switching shifts with people to like go to these photo shoots, and like I was working 2 jobs, so it was crazy. Like it was crazy. Yeah. But after like the first year, I got a DM from Inked magazine.
The first year.
The first year, I was in I was in shock. I was like, oh shit. Because I kept telling myself I just want to be in Inked magazine. That's why I just want to keep shooting with people who have like lots of tattoo girls. Because I was like, that's what they do.
Question, because I know with rap, we do collabs with like producers or other rappers, and that like gets our buzz. What is the process of climbing up the ranks of modeling? Like, is it trying to get?
I think it's different now, so I don't really.
Like, do you want to get the big photographer? Are you trying to get the big photo shoot with a certain girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the whole process?
I think in the beginning, I was just doing like real weird artsy, like
shit that would catch people's attention.
Yeah, like remember that weird photo I showed you of me just like setting off the fucking what is it? The fire extinguisher? Yeah. Just random ass shit. Like,
Seattle's definitely one of those places too. Like it's very
you're just
artistic.
like climbing buildings and shit. Yeah.
We gotta go to Seattle.
Yeah, I've never been.
So I feel like that's probably why I got hit up in the first place. I think they saw that I was just doing what I liked and like what I felt good doing.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, I don't know, I guess I wasn't like too like sexual, but I think I was a little bit already, like just by just my natural self. So when Inked hit me, they were like, let's do one on like your sexuality type shit. Yeah. And so we did like this 6-page spread on like what it's like to be submissive and like dominant.
Yeah.
And so that was like really crazy for me.
Yeah.
Because I was just like in shock that anyone wanted to even like talk to me about anything, let alone like.
And that was like your first. That was like your first interview per se.
That was my very first interview, and it was like 6 pages, and it was crazy because they put me in like there's this place in New York called Pandora's Box. And it's like a like underground little like sex dungeon thing. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. They had me in like all these. It was weird, but I loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
So they fly you out, or they come to where you at and shoot?
No, they flew me to New York.
Oh, so you're tripping like you're from Seattle.
That's tight as fuck.
You're like, what the fuck?
I had like no money.
Yeah.
I had no money. I was still working 2 jobs, just shooting whenever I could. Yeah. Like I was serving, making bikini coffee, like selling weed. Like I just.
Yeah. Whatever.
I was just really struggling low key.
Were your friends supportive of you at this point? Like, you know, the friends that you were kicking it, were they supportive of you?
I had only like really just work friends. All my friends from when I was like younger, like I said, I kind of like moved around a lot. So I had a really hard time like maintaining a lot of friendships and stuff. Yeah. And then you outgrow a lot of people, especially if you only know them for so long.
Yeah, yeah. Because you're probably like early 20s around this time, obviously. Like.
So yeah, I was just working like with like people I worked with, and they were all really supportive of like what I was doing and like switching shifts with me so that I could. Yeah. So I liked that, and I was super thankful for that.
So you landed the cover Inked magazine. What happened
that wasn't even the cover though.
Oh, so you built a rep.
That was just a
6-page spread. So the spread was first.
I would have got a cover.
So after the spread, what happened? Like, what do you feel like?
I think I kind of built like a relationship with them. So whenever they would do random little like, my bad. Whenever we would do they would do like weird random questionnaires. They would like include me in it. Yeah. And stuff. So that was really cool.
So. What brought you to LA?
I wasn't even in LA at first. Yeah. When I first moved here, I got this like weird random opportunity to move here from this company to move into their company house and shoot with them. Yeah. And so I did. I was like, all right, I can just quit my job and live rent free in California and just shoot hot weed content for this company. Like, I think I can do that.
Yeah.
And then I would just do like random live streams where I would just like smoke weed and answer questions and like just dance around.
How does that pay work? Is it like tips and stuff?
No, I was just building their page, and then I was building. Oh shit. I was building my own audience. So from on the live stream, I would like link my own website, and so I would just traffic all of those people
To your shit.
to my own stuff, so I could grow their stuff and grow my own stuff, and just make money and be cute and smoke weed. So,
That's smart.
So when did you see like your social media base start growing? Like when did you start hitting like the 100K, 200K, 300K? Like
Holy shit, I'm
you
going
hit
this
a
is-
million, haven't you?
No, every account that I've had, I've gotten to like 500K, and it just always gets fucking deleted.
Oh, your last cap was like
Somebody
600
hate
something.
me.
My last one was almost to 700, and it just got deleted like in May, like right after my birthday. I was like, fuck.
What do they flag you for?
Being sexy.
Because they give you like hella warnings. They tell you like, oh, this, and you can appeal him and all type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chili, he ain't got his shit deleted.
It's like my third, fourth instant. But I don't really do nothing. I just get reported.
I've had so many. I don't even care anymore. I just like regrow it and just keep doing.
You get
my
that's a
thing.
lot of like you have a big fucking base. Like
You
know
have
what
a
I'm saying?
cult fan base,
Yeah, you have a
basically.
cult fan base. Like as a model, like you know what I'm saying?
thankful.
Like that's huge. Like to have hundreds of thousands of people keep coming back every fucking time.
Because some people
just
lose their first instant. It's a wrap.
It's a
I
wrap.
feel like I feel like people.
You got like four just floating around and shit. Like
I feel like the difference is for a lot of people is like they're just kind of only cool on the internet.
yeah.
I feel like I don't want to sound like that. I'm cool in real life, but I feel like I'm pretty cool in real
Pretty
life.
cool.
Like I've done a few things, so
Yeah. You ride dirt bikes and shit, Broncos and shit. Shoot arrows and shit. You do shit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just
So you're doing the modeling thing, the move to OnlyFans. You get to OnlyFans. When did you start seeing a profit off OnlyFans?
the like second month
Wait.
once I realized what I was doing.
How did you get to decide to go from shooting weed content to just going like to OnlyFans? Like, was it the pandemic or was it just like?
No, I was doing other like hoe shit. I'm not gonna lie. And I just like wanted more money from the company I was working with, and they told me no.
Damn.
And so I got a U-Haul the next day, and I was like, all right.
But you're one of like the original like, you know, popping OnlyFans girls.
I don't feel like OnlyFans is
Like-
way older than when I started on it.
But
How old is OnlyFans?
It's been around for like probably, I don't know, a minute, like
So-
2017 maybe.
so you already knew models were making money off of it and everything.
Yeah, that's why I transferred to it.
Did you was it like at the it wasn't at the, obviously it wasn't at the level it was now though. Like do you feel like you were at like at that surge level like one of like
When it was popping,
Yeah.
when everybody.
I feel like when it started to pop off, then I feel like I was.
so how did that change your life? Like how did that like were you already making money supporting yourself at that before that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was already making a
Good
good amount of money before that, so
Already
it was
rich, yeah.
it was a good difference though, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like with that, I have been able to do a lot of things with that, like help my auntie
Yeah.
get her house.
Yeah.
I bought a house with
That's
a
land,
blessing.
12 acres. It was crazy.
We support OnlyFans on this podcast, Devin. Shout out to OnlyFans
Shout
sponsors.
out OnlyFans sponsors.
We'll have the big OnlyFans
I've
You know what I'm
bought-
saying? You feel me?
Y'all sponsor.
Yeah.
We rocking with it.
I've
Fuck
bought a
with
lot
us.
of cool things and been able to do a lot of cool things and give back in a lot of different ways from it. So.
Are you in tune with the company? Like, have you like been reached out to by anybody from the company?
Oh, no.
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 Would you want to like? But because OnlyFans now is like
It's big as fuck.
it's
It's
big.
huge.
Well, you know, even they got boxers on
I'm just
OnlyFans.
They have
thankful
all
for
type of
what it
people on there.
is.
Yeah, like it's huge. Like, would you want to? I mean, obviously, you
I
probably
mean-
made thousands of dollars off it, if not millions. You know, like
Hundreds of thousands. I mean,
yeah, hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever. Like, do you want to like maybe build a tighter relationship with them? Maybe see about getting some exclusive content deals with them, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
it's a
would
huge
do
company.
that if the opportunity came about.
Yeah.
But also, right now, I feel like I'm focused on doing, like, yes, I love making content, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna continue to do that because I'm just like I just really enjoy doing it. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna make money doing it, a lot of money, then like
Yeah.
I don't see why not. But right now, I feel like I'm just kind of focused on doing other things.
And let's talk about that. You're working on a book.
I am working on a book, and I'm teaching myself how to sew.
Yeah.
And I've just been doing a lot of, I don't know, self-reflection,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, do you feel like
So-
this level, like once you, I mean, I know me, like, you know, once you dominate something, it's like a video game. Like once you beat one level, you want to go to another level, and you got to want to.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the main things of being an artist. Like you have to kind of like challenge yourself with new.
Yeah.
Keep that drive
trying
going.
to-
Yeah, I mean, that's like even me with the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's like you
just-
gotta conquer something different.
you got to conquer something different.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep, like, let life keep me on my toes.
Yeah.
So I'm not, like, too comfortable, because I feel like when you're too comfortable, like, bad shit happens.
Yeah.
Hell
Or, like,
yeah.
shit, you know, your world shakes up for a little bit for
Yeah.
one reason or another. Like, and I feel like that always happens with me. I moved so many times in my life. I've
Yeah.
done so much random ass shit. I've had so many things. So to me, like, I just need to be on my toes or, like, have a little bit of chaos in my life in order to thrive or
Yeah.
feel good, or, you know.
I like that.
Balance. It's all
Admitting
about
that you need
balance.
chaos in your life sometimes, because that's real. Sometimes you really do need the chaos in your life.
I
Like,
do,
so that's
because
all.
that's just what I know. Like, if there's not chaos and shit's too quiet, then I have too much time to think.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I feel that.
What other things, like what other things are you doing other than a book? Like, have you done music or do you make clothes? Like what? Like
Yeah, I've been teaching myself how to sew recently. So,
have you made any pieces yet, or just
yeah, I've made a couple pieces. I made a dress, this like 2-piece like top and skirt, and then I made a vest, and I'm now working on stuff for him, like a piece for him.
Pretty hard.
It's pretty fire.
That's a lot of sewing to do. For him.
I'm looking slim on camera. I'm looking
No,
at
you
the
look
camera.
good.
I'm gonna
You look
say it
good.
looks
You look
good.
good. You
Do you want to
look good.
see?
That's dope. Yeah, let me see it.
I'll show you.
They girl exclusive.
I made him
You
put
get
it on the
exclusive
other
vest.
day
Looking
to
kinda crazy.
see if the shape fit
good.
him.
I'm about to.
I always like
Watch
my mom used to
2023,
sew, and like I just always think of sewing like it sounds so complicated to somebody that doesn't know. Like
Yeah.
I'll fuck
just
with
like
that.
the shape of things, not just like
I-
putting a
Like
sleeve,
Western
but like
and
No, look, 'cause
ammo.
I've been seeing her, like,
it's
you
like
know-
You
frozen.
need some boots. You need some boots to match it.
Yeah, I've been seeing her like so. You know, she's been doing the
My
shit.
dad sews.
Yeah, and it's like
Don't show the camera.
I couldn't do that.
Surprising, my dad
Cam-
sews.
I mean,
Like I
camera
could
can see it,
do
but
it if I
it'd probably
wanted
be
to
like
do
This
it.
is
but
a
he
dress
can do
I
it
made.
real fast too. Like
It's like
he can sew my jeans.
It's
I used to wear
therapeutic.
my jeans in
that's
school. He
fire.
like, I'm just sew 'em.
Right?
It's therapeutic
That's
for him,
fire.
huh?
I had a
I
nightmare.
guess he just said
and
he
I
learned
woke up
in
and made it.
economics growing up.
That's
And
crazy.
ever since he
Hey,
just
that's-
fucked with it, he like it.
that's creative.
I
At
feel
least.
I feel like you have to do that as creatives. Like I said, like you know, you also do a lot of shooting, photography. Let's talk about that.
Yes, I love to shoot.
Yeah.
I love to shoot other people. As
We
well.
might need
We might need to bring up a picture.
Oh my
Can we
god,
say that? Can we bring it up?
they want to talk about the cowboy.
The pink one.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, bring it up.
I don't know, bro.
I just,
Bring
I
it
just
You have the picture.
I just want to know why,
You piece of shit.
why you a piece
Do
of
you
shit?
have
You
it?
want to do it? You know what I'm saying?
It's
I did do it.
iconic.
He just wants to. He tried to put it against me. I did it. 'cause
No,
I'm
it's
mad.
not. We're just trying to see what, you know what I'm saying? What
What was the inspiration
First
was
behind
the
of
it?
all,
inspiration behind the
let's
photo
talk
shoot?
This
about
man
that.
is my muse. Okay.
Am I on there?
No, you're not on Google right there.
Imagine
I
Eddie
thought
Baker
you were
Pink
though. I thought you were finna be
I
in the
have
lineup.
Pink wing.
I thought you were finna be in the lineup.
I have it if you don't.
I don't have
And
it.
she
like,
be on.
I don't-
Is it on your
it
Instagram?
on Instagram?
It's on Instagram.
You didn't post it. I
Yeah,
posted
he did.
it.
He did.
I posted
She
it.
archived it. Why
Wait,
you
did I
laughing?
post it or did you?
It's on the. I posted it and you posted it. But I did.
I don't think I have internet.
Bro started laughing.
No,
he
you
knew he
know what?
Nah, look,
archived
go to
it.
Taylor. Go to Taylor.
Yeah, I think it's on Taylor's.
And then you have to go to her photography page.
I have
Look,
no
let me tell
internet
you.
in here.
I'm
Hey,
man.
when a nigga hit you, let me tell you.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
I'm a real man.
It is a great.
We're not saying you're
Ew,
not a
that is
man
not
at all,
it.
bro. Like,
Is it on
He
this
said we're
one?
not
Yeah.
saying you're
Go
not a
down.
man.
if any person
Go
in
down.
the world would do a
No,
photo shoot like that, it's Eddie Baker.
We'll do some shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. You're a man of many characters.
Man,
Up a
man,
little
of many,
bit.
many characters.
Come
I like
on, a man of many characters.
Bam.
Man of many characters.
Yeah, bro.
There you go.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay,
It's
but
right there,
anyways,
though.
it's an iconic photo.
We can't get the camera on there.
Look at this nigga Asian.
We can't get the camera on there some way to zoom in on that.
Bruh.
No, I'll put it up like in the
bet,
corner.
bet, for
I'll actually
sure.
put the whole screen for a second. Yeah, yeah, bro. I don't know about that.
It looks,
fuck
it
with
looks
it.
dashing. You look
I do fuck
refreshed.
with it.
You look
He
like a
looks
white trash
great.
rapper.
Like, oh, that was the whole point. It's supposed to be.
You
It's
actually look like Lil
iconic.
Kim.
Yeah, I do have a little baby blue wig and this pink one, and I was just fucking around with them for like 2 weeks, and I just put them on myself, other people, and then I just captured this picture of him when we were shooting one day. We did like a whole bunch of different sets and stuff, and he just let me style him, and he trusted me, and we came out with this iconic photo. And I don't care what anyone says, it's so
I like
good.
how you're just staring at it like this.
No, I'm just trying to figure out why you looking into the sun with
Where
your
were y'all
eyes
at?
squinting, but you got
Fucking epic. Look at the
sunglasses
fucking
on.
house
Where y'all at?
behind
There's
you.
a couple of them.
Where y'all
They're
at?
all
Y'all in LA?
iconic.
No,
LA?
we were in Redlands.
Whoa.
We drove to Redlands to do
That's
that.
random.
Yeah.
We were there is
Was it
this.
Redlands?
There's this little like Western gas station set that no one has ever at that I've been to before. So I was like, I need to shoot there
Like, let's pull up and do it
because
right
I
now.
styled him, and I was like,
Yeah. And we actually
I had
did
him-
like,
You got the boots on, right?
I had this jacket on. I had
yeah,
the boots.
you had
yeah.
beaded jewelry. I put you in my beaded
the
jewelry.
turquoise.
It went up. I don't know why you
went up.
archived it. Pull it back
I
up.
went up. It went up. All those.
It's
I got
so
all those
good.
pictures up.
No, you know. You archived it.
I'm just on the.
Honestly, it's
I'm rebranding right
iconic.
now.
You rebranded? Muay Thai and rap.
You're fine.
Podcasting.
It's fine, but
Joe
it's
Rogan.
really my best work.
I honestly just don't know my password to my Instagram, so I'm over here trying to fucking
It
sign
don't-
in so I can bring up the
It
picture.
don't
And I
matter.
can't do it.
You can bring it up later. It don't matter.
Don't
You can
worry
bring it up
about it.
later in the podcast.
You know what it
I'm
is?
saying?
I feel like once you get to a certain level, like just how you're being a photographer, I feel like
Yeah.
as a rapper, I gotta be doing the weird. You gotta have the come to the
Don't-
weird
This
photo
little
shoot.
baby
Don't Wolf
shot.
got something like that?
Yeah, he got a couple like that. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, so
You gotta
what-
have some
what does it
weird
matter?
type like. I feel like you gotta have those like Brad
just-
Pitt when he wore
I
the
might need
dress.
to- we might
You
need
just
to
said
post
you're-
that.
you just said you're an artist, right?
Hey, that might be your
Come
country
on.
album cover. Your country album.
Call it Pink
Your
Lipstick.
country tape.
We're gonna
That'd be
talk.
hard.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk.
Might need a poster. Might need
No,
to print it.
I'm gonna shoot more.
She shot 2 of my album covers already.
And I plan to
and,
shoot on
for
many
real?
more.
And the Untitled with me with the suit with the bald head. She shot that. Yeah. So you're on your photography shit.
Yeah, I love
Is there-
I love shooting men, especially because
Yeah.
women think too much. I love shooting my friends, my girlfriends,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like oh shit. But I feel like I love shooting you, and I feel like everyone could tell because my page is like your
Yeah.
fan page.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Second page.
But
and
you're just
shit.
always down, and I feel like you're my muse. Like
Yeah,
you're just down
I like
for
that.
my ideas.
And I'm getting sexier. I'm being
I feel like it's easier to shoot dudes because dudes just be like, yeah, let's do it.
You're doing the
Come on.
duck
don't-
face right now.
They're not trying. Like he's not worried about being pretty.
Yeah, it's like I'm just posed for sure. Do this
Yeah.
art. It's just tell me what to do.
I
Yeah.
love
It's
shooting
It's like tell me what to do. I'm gonna do it. Come on, I
Women
got
are-
it. Boom.
I feel like that's manly just being a
Yeah.
fucking I'm me. Just
I
do
think
that,
the
bro.
one
You're the woman.
great thing about Eddie is that he's what's the oh my god I just lost the word
What?
self when you can
Confident.
make fun of yourself and like you're not like worried about it.
Confident as fuck.
That's I was
That's
telling
not the
him
word.
that earlier. He just has a great like energy and vibe
Yeah,
that like when he comes into a room,
Thank
it's
you.
just like
Thank
He
you.
like
he's
like,
down
yeah.
and he has like a good like
energy.
That's why I love Eddie so much.
I try to
Self-deprecating.
Oh yeah, I'm very self-deprecating for sure. That's what you gotta be. That's how you. That's what I was just
That
saying down
just
the way.
proves like male confidence.
I was just saying that earlier in the car on the way here. I was like, I have no expectations for my career. I'm just living life every day.
Just going about it day by day.
I have no expectations.
You do on the low.
I don't have no expectations.
You do.
I
He's
have.
just happy- he's
Everybody
happy to be
has
here.
We all-
expectations
no, no,
of
we
something
all-
at least.
We all want it. We all want like to be turned and be the best.
Oh,
But
yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure. We wanna
do
be
I have
all-stars.
it?
Everybody
But
wants to
I
be the
don't-
all-stars.
But I don't have expectations. Like, what if I don't reach certain goals? I just, like I don't give.
So you can never let yourself
I can
down.
never let myself down.
Because I'm just going with the flow.
I'm just going with the
Every
flow.
day is a blessing.
Every day is a blessing. It's
Okay,
just,
I feel that. I respect
it's life.
it.
We're just flowing out here.
I respect that.
It's a big deal. What is the point? I feel like everybody's drinking. We're a nice little turn.
that's what I said. I said everybody.
So, what do you think about getting into acting, or maybe like an agency, or maybe mainstream? Like, have you thought about that? Because at this level, like I said, you're already an established artist. You already have your name.
I
You
don't
have a
wanna
cult
be
fan base.
mainstream.
You don't want to be mainstream.
I feel like
What's mainstream though?
I don't know. I'm too scared.
I feel like mainstream is. I
the
mean,
judgment. Like I already get judged so much. Like,
really, you wouldn't want that level of people
No.
scoping on you.
But you've
The money?
you've gone past like when you were nothing and people were discouraging you,
Yeah.
and you still push through that. Now that I'm sure you
I
have
feel
more confidence
good.
now.
I definitely feel good about myself
And you-
now in comparison in
Yeah.
order to do things, yes. But I feel like on that level, like, still no.
Oh, like on the grand scale, like when your whole Twitter feed is like somebody.
How do you feel like
people's
your
opinions and articles about you.
How do you feel like your
good.
tribe has warmed up to you over the years, like your modeling and everything? Because of course you still have a relationship with them.
I feel really grateful that they all support me, and I feel like there's only been one person who's been like weird about me.
Yeah.
And her.
I like a girl.
Her
Get personal.
partner.
That bitch.
Yeah. her partner.
That
her
girl.
spouse. Her husband. Whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He's super kind and he supports me. So I don't really care what she has to say at this rate.
Yeah.
No, he's not subscribed, but he definitely is supportive and is like, you know, like when I have gone to things in the community, like he has gone out of his way to be like I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, and like, you know, a lot of these girls here do look up to you. And I was like, you know, that was kind of like a cool moment for me to be like, you know, like a tribal elder that people would do respect coming up to me and being like, oh,
follow your dreams.
Do you feel like you have like
a cool, like, you know?
Do you feel like you have a what do you say? Not a
presence?
No, not a presence. Like, do you feel like you have a responsibility to like girls in the tribe or up and coming model girls? Like, do you feel like you have to be like kind of that role model as far, not as far as like
no one,
well, just as
but
far as
me is my responsibility.
Well, just as far as like maybe like telling them like you can do it too. You can lead the tribe. You can be a model. Like, you can be short and to follow your dreams. To a certain extent, yes.
Do
you want to be that?
Also, like, I don't want anyone to personally, like, I feel like I'm human. Like, I go through things just like everyone else. Yeah. So I don't feel like anyone should look too far into me.
I like that.
You know,
don't be an idol. You don't want to be an idol.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to do what's best for me in the end.
Yeah.
Truly. So, like, don't look at me because I'm going to say probably the most selfish in everyone else's eyes thing. But to me, it's like when you've gone through so many things by yourself, like, you're always going to put yourself first. So I feel like a lot of people that I've met think I'm so selfish. And that's why I say that, because I've heard it so many times. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I get it. Because I could put my feet in someone else's moccasins.
Like how they're looking at you.
You know.
Yeah.
But.
Well, she got warmed up. No,
I'm but to me, I see it differently, and I feel like you probably would too, just because you are an only child and you know have to do a lot of things and learn your own, and like in your solitude, that's where you've like grown. And I feel the same way. Mm-hmm. So I feel like.
So how do you feel about like girls looking up to you, like you know, you're beautiful, Taylor,
don't look up to me.
I like that. That's some rock star shit. That's a rock star response.
I'm not a role model.
And you probably,
I'm just living my life how I'm supposed to live.
You say that a lot, actually.
Nigga, I'm not a role model. Like, I'm just doing me. Yeah. I don't want you to follow me. I'm not cool.
I'm thankful for the people who do, or like they feel like there's a reason to. That's cool, but like in the end, I'm just as like normal and human.
Yeah.
So.
I feel that.
I feel like if you kept that in the back of your head, like I have to be a role model, it would alter your decisions, like the decisions that got you to where you are, where people started looking up to you. You know what I'm saying? From like the zero to being people saying they're inspired or she's a role model to them.
Yeah.
Like all the decisions that she made to get to that point weren't with other people in mind. It was with her in mind. And then if she starts thinking like that, it'll
like
alter.
I have to do this because this girl's looking at me.
Or I can't do this because this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think if I did think like that, it would have held me back from a lot of things personally. And I don't know. I just like you know me. I'm pretty solo and stay in my own lane.
Hell yeah.
So it's not like I want anyone to look up to me.
So you say you don't want to go mainstream, but like, what about acting? What about modeling? Would you want to like maybe get a photographer, maybe like be
or even music?
Yeah, music, shoot.
I feel like people ask me about music all the time, and I'm like, no. Because first of all, I can't fucking sing. And if I could, you guys would know, because
we were talking about gangster rap.
Yeah, what about rapping?
Talking about rap.
Oh, do you hear me? I could not rap.
What if he ghostwrites something?
You don't know about Crash. She don't know about Crash. She might.
Yeah, I do know Krishan, but no, I do like to write. I don't write
like rap
music.
Oh, okay.
I wrote one embarrassing. Let's say, did I show you that one?
I think maybe a minute ago.
Where I was like, how I like fell in love with a fat boy.
Like a song?
I wrote a song talking about how it was just like how I had a crush on this like really chunky artist from Seattle.
For the big boys.
I had the biggest crush on him, so I wrote a song about how like meeting his mom and feeding him chicken and shit. I don't know. I was just high as fuck. I don't know why I did that. It's super embarrassing.
It was a long time ago. This is recent.
No, it was like I would just used to be in the studio listening to like where I used like at that company house I was living in. The guy who used to like edit my like YouTube videos and stuff, he was trying to learn how to make music. So when I'd be like in the like garage like studio thing with him, he'd be like making beats. So I'd just be in there writing to it. And one day I just wrote that. Like I'm so embarrassed about it. That was my one attempt.
The artist, will we know who it is?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Did you record this song?
No.
She said she wrote it. She wrote it down.
No, I just like to write. Like I write all the time. I've always had journals and I've always wrote.
You told me before you want to do voice acting?
I want to be like a cartoon. Like I want to be like an animated character. I feel like
That'd
would be really
smart.
cool.
Voice acting.
Yeah.
You never know a voice on a
Like,
cartoon.
What, you want like a Meg Griffin or some shit
Nah,
like
not
that?
Meg Griffin. Like, damn, what's that
Some
cartoon? I can't
adult
even think.
animation. I feel like would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like, what about?
Why
like,
don't we have a cartoon?
You write poetry or anything? In, like,
I don't
in
even
between?
know what you would call.
I feel it's like spoken word type shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like
Like a
it's all pretty
structure.
depressing.
Well, I didn't. I'm sure. I mean, well, not. I'm sure, but I'm.
But-
I'm
Well,
like that.
let's talk.
I
Well,
don't know what it is. Like little
Poetry?
pieces.
okay, going back to the present because you said a few things in this interview. Like, what is your take on mental health? Because that's a big thing. You say it all the time, on your social media. Like, I can post whole stuff, and I can do activist stuff, and I can talk about mental health. Like, you being a model, using your platform for that. What made you take that route? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as topic.
Like I said earlier, my auntie is like one of my biggest inspirations.
Yeah.
So I lost my cousin my two cousins, Tiffany and Dustin, we were like brother and sister. Like we were cousins, but we all grew up like
that's how
we're
black people
brother
be.
and sister.
That's how black people be. Our cousins be our best friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
me.
it's like, and me and him are like the closest in age.
Yeah.
Honestly, I always post pictures around those times. It's like anniversary and shit, like every year. I don't care if it's the same shit.
Yeah.
I'm losing track, fuck.
No, you're talking about why you got into mental health and everything.
Okay, yeah, no.
worry,
My
don't worry.
best friend, like brother, he committed suicide, and so after that, my auntie was like broken. Like it was so sad. I like watched her disintegrate for a while, and then I watched her pick herself up, and then she decided to start doing like suicide awareness because a lot of kids committed suicide like in the area. Like
Yeah.
it was just like a thing.
Because that's a big thing in like reservations and everything, right? Like suicide rates are high.
And she started doing her research about the numbers and stuff, and so she just made it a point to bring it to our tribe that we needed to do something because there's all these kids dying.
Yeah.
And so we like fundraised and like sold Indian tacos and washed cars, and I sold little photo prints and stuff.
Yeah.
And we just like raised money to put together a suicide awareness event for my
Yeah.
tribe, and we invited people from off the tribe and people from other tribes. I've caught mouth.
Oh man, hit the water.
Who also were dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
To come out and just have like a safe space to talk about what was going on because it was just like going on.
So, what would you say to people going through mental health problems, or people that are, just dealing with that on an everyday basis? Like any words of encouragement or any words that you would give to them?
Fuck, I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
So my words, I don't know. I like every day I just try to find something that keeps me going.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
been trying to work on this book, teaching myself how to sew,
Yeah.
bedazzling random ass shit.
Yeah.
Like any way I can use my hands, I feel like is my outlet. So my thing I would say to the people who are dealing with mental health is to find a healthy outlet.
Yeah.
Like really, Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, just whatever it is. Like I don't know, you gotta turn that like pain or like anger, anxiety, sadness, loneliness, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you're feeling, because sometimes it's all of it.
Definitely.
But you have to just turn that like pain into like whatever your passion is. Like,
True.
feel that shit. You
You
know,
know, it's crazy. In the black community, mental health is a big thing because we don't ever talk about it.
We never talk about.
You gotta talk about.
I mean,
it.
that's what I was gonna say. Until I had my bad acid trip, 2 years ago, I never cared about mental health.
No, it's not that we care. We're not. We were taught. Oh, it's,
We suppress it.
You're not sad. You're just a little sad. You don't have no. You feel me?
I feel
Nothing
like-
wrong with you. Go outside and play or something. You feel me? Like,
Do you remember being depressed as a kid?
Yeah.
But I feel like
Like-
you guys are like, you know, when you're boys, they want you to be so
Tough.
Yeah.
It's a weakness.
Yeah, you shouldn't be feeling like, why are you feeling like that? Like,
Yeah,
That's
like
what they tell you.
I mean,
be a
I don't.
man, don't cry.
Yeah, I don't even
that
remember
shit's
crying
so
that much
fucked
growing
up.
up.
You weren't supposed to because they tell you, why you crying? You're a boy. You're a man.
Never
But it's
remember.
like,
Don't
why
get me
is
looking
that
ugly.
Because I just feel like I don't know, like, you know, when mental health, I feel like, you know, when you're not rich, you feel me? Like, first of all, you ain't got time to be fucking sad. you
You
feel
do
me?
got
Like,
time to be
you gotta
sad. You
work
gotta
and
deal
shit.
with it. You feel me?
Because I
You're
remember
just
just
sad and have to deal with it as you go.
Yeah, I feel- yeah,
You
I
take
mean-
your sadness
I don't-
everywhere with you when
I had
you're
a-
depressed.
at one point in my life, I believe it was like maybe 10th or 11th grade, I had a therapist. Like my mom.
Did you?
Yeah, my mom sent me to a therapist.
But why though?
I just had behavior problems my whole life in school. So like I used to go to I went to a therapist for about a year when I was in I think 10th or 11th grade, and I would go to a therapist and like for me it was never really like a big deal. Like, you know, some people like make that their identity, you know what I'm saying? And it was like I just happened to go to a therapist. I was
same thing.
I was a bad kid, and my mama sent me to a therapist, and I would go to him, and we would talk, and it would be so funny because it was like we would talk, and like sometimes like when I would leave the office, like I'd hang around the office, and I would see him outside. He would not say shit to my ass.
Like-
He would not say one fucking word to me. It would just
Damn, that's fucked up.
he walked like, bitch, I didn't spill my guts.
You ain't paying for this session. The session's over.
Oh,
But I
God.
mean, maybe
Have
that's a
you done
good
therapy?
thing.
Huh?
Have you done therapy?
No, I was supposed to, like in high school.
Yeah.
My counselor told me I should. She was
I
like,
don't-
why are you always angry? I was like, I'm not angry. She's like, you're angry.
You're definitely angry.
That,
You used to be way angry.
I don't see. I don't like that. I don't like
You
it.
definitely used to be way angry.
Yeah.
And
You're nicer now in your older age.
I'm old. I'm old now.
like being older now, being in your 30s, you kind of just started realizing that like the things that happen in your adolescence, your childhood, they really do affect you in a permanent cement
yeah.
way,
Come on.
and you
Fuck
can't do
yeah.
anything about it. Like,
Man, bro.
and it doesn't show up until your 30s. Like,
Because you think you
fucking
don't
crazy.
think about it, but it's affecting you every day. Because you're
Yeah.
trying not to
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
That's why it's fucking you up.
And it's like your actions.
you don't understand the severity or the consequence of events because
Yeah.
you don't.
You try to block it out.
Yeah.
You can't talk about it because when you do, they be like, "Oh, that didn't happen. You're good. You chill out."
That's what trauma is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the trauma is kind of saves you. Like when you have trauma, it makes it to where it's like you don't remember all that shit. You keep it at the back of your head. And you
And then
hide it.
trauma
Damn.
fucks with your memory.
Yeah,
You're right.
trauma
That's
fucks with your
crazy.
damn. That's so
I
crazy.
have the worst memory because of that shit.
Like, cause it's stuff that you don't want to remember. Like,
Or you just can't remember because you got so much other shit going on. You can't remember that.
Yep.
yeah, the
Or it's
mind,
not important enough to remember.
and the mind is crazy like that, and that's why like it's crazy that even mental health is a big thing now. Like, I feel like the internet maybe did it because it's like so much people are exposed to so much now.
They're sharing their stories and they're getting to people that really, without the internet, had no business knowing their stories.
Just look at the dude Twitch the other day. Didn't he commit suicide on Ellis?
Yeah, he did.
DJ, like,
Yeah.
Or it's just like
That's-
That's crazy,
Or
like-
just like, you know, even when you go through breakups and stuff like that now, you have to you can lurk your ex. Like before, it was like if your ex didn't have your number, they can blow you up.
You was
but
pulling up, parking down the street.
Your
You know what I
exes
mean?
now,
you was parking down the
damn,
street.
that's so true.
no, your exes
I never
now
thought about
will
that.
make those little fake to text, whatever the fuck, fake numbers. So every time they text you, it's a new number. So you can't escape those motherfuckers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? How
Oh,
you
so you
doing?
can't.
She's like, yeah, it
so
is.
you can't block them.
Speaking from
I
experience.
know you block their number.
Yeah.
And they text
And
you
then they
again.
text you back.
Text
and it's
free
just
app.
another number.
Yep.
Text
And
free
you gotta
app.
block that number.
The homegirl, she
The
did.
beautiful girls, they know about all the shit.
I used to get
all
on
the
text free
stalker
app. I used to
shit.
get
Oh
crazy.
my God.
I get
that shit
emails
is so
too.
annoying.
You do emails?
Back in the day,
I used to
You
change
should
my
email?
number.
I used to get crazy.
Oh my God, the homegirl I was with
Back in the
the
day.
other day,
I used
and
to get
she had
crazy.
boyfriend problems. She like her call log was all no caller ID, and it was just like every 5 minutes the entire day. It's just like
It
man, that's fucking
you.
insane. No, I don't. No, I have
You
no
have
idea.
no idea.
No, I have no idea. I'm good.
I don't go that crazy.
I don't want to have an
I
idea.
did back in the day.
I like he said he goes emails.
I only get blocked on
You get blocked?
I was back in the
I don't
day.
call him much for blocking. Maybe I did it one time. I did.
Oh my God.
Wait, you resorted to emails to get a hold of girls
It's
that
like
blocked you?
2012,
That's
bro.
crazy.
I remember one time. One time I went
It's
crazy.
2012 though. Like, You feel me? Like,
One of my girlfriends cheated on me with a rapper years ago. We remember that. When that happened, the first time, oh my God, that was like the first
that
time
was
that ever happened.
a dagger in your life, and I experienced it with you.
That was fucking crazy. I remember that made my mental health go fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, because it's like, damn, am I not that nigga? That's all you think about when that goes through.
I had to
when
realize.
you get cheated on, you like, damn, am I not that nigga?
No, you gotta realize. This is what
am I
I
not
realized.
him for real?
When a relationship goes bad, I don't feel like I'm not that nigga. I just feel like if somebody cheats on you, it doesn't mean that you're not that nigga. It just means that they with somebody else. Like I'm still
That's
that
how I
nigga.
feel. I'm like, damn, I'm not that nigga.
I'm
Why?
still that nigga. It's just
I wasn't that nigga because why should you do that? If you was that nigga, why should you do that?
Taylor, what's your idea of a perfect relationship?
There's no. I don't think there is.
She just
one.
fucking
Shit,
To
perfect.
be honest,
Take that shit and throw
not
it.
when you do. Not when. I feel like when you do sex work, it's just really hard to find someone who's really down because everyone's down in the beginning. Everyone thinks it's so cool.
I remember one time she was
I fuck with
like,
a
"It's
sex
fucking
worker."
gnarly, fucking dating a sex worker. It gets gnarly."
If you date a sex worker, people are gonna just send you your girlfriend fucking someone else.
I would just be like, "Nigga, I
send
seen
it
that
to
shit
you.
too, nigga. Why
Like,
you
bitch, we
think?"
watched that
Just-
fucking.
just
Seen that
to-
shit too.
Just
That's
to
why I
like
wanted
piss
to
you
date her.
off and
You say you
say
don't know?
shit, like just like talk shit to you, like,
Yeah.
oh, this person's dick's bigger than yours. Just
The
like
internet,
just fuck
it's
shit,
the
just
internet.
like
That's like
That's
continue to
insane.
press your buttons.
So
Yes.
would you date another
And that's
sex worker?
happened
Would you
to
date like
everyone.
another like dude that's like making content, or would you date like
Jamaican?
No,
Just
just,
kidding.
hey, no,
But it
it's
sounded
funny.
like he said
no,
that.
it's funny. I was finna let it go. I was like, that sounds like Jamaican.
What?
It's
But you said you making content, and I was like Jamaican because you
making
said
content? Would you date like another content maker, or like what do you feel about as far as relationship? What's your ideal guy?
I'm not like looking for
Yeah.
a guy,
Yeah,
so
you're on your like independent single shit. Like
I'm like
I
I'm
gotta
not. Me to me, it's just a vibe.
if
Like,
it happens,
if you
it
look at my
happens.
history,
Yeah.
they're all very different. They're all trash, but they're
Yeah.
all very different.
Damn.
love
It's
this
true.
nigga.
I mean,
that was like.
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah.
Every single one of them.
And guess what? And guess what? I'll let you know right now. The next ones are probably gonna be just as trash.
Why is that a thing that
because I
beautiful
pick
girls?
winners.
Why is that a thing that beautiful girls date like assholes and stuff?
I don't
Because
know.
they
I'm
get
not-
everything
I'm not,
out of-
I'm not
I
a
feel
beautiful
like
girl. I don't know.
Am I an asshole?
No, I love you.
Yeah,
I think
my
you're
asshole.
great.
You're a fucking
I think you're a
sweetheart.
great
You're not no
guy.
asshole.
I think
sweetheart.
you're
I'm a
raised. You were
sweetheart.
raised by
I feel
great
like I'm a
people.
sweetheart.
Yeah, you're a sweetheart. Come on,
Sweetheart.
He was raised by great people, so I feel like you're a good person.
Yeah.
Why do we like assholes? I
Because that's the thing for beautiful women, right?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like I feel like everyone that I've
This is the guys'
dated
podcast, so
has
we wanna
been
know
very
some shit.
nice
Yeah,
to
I'm trying to
me.
get some info.
I'm trying to get some info now.
I feel like the guys that I like are really nice to me.
Yeah.
Like
Whoa.
they're really nice to me. I don't
Yeah.
date people who I feel like are like assholes or assholes to me.
Yeah.
And if you're asshole to someone around me, like I don't like that. I
So
feel
what
like
it-
that's unattractive.
That's a
If you're
curve.
rude to people, like that's not for me. Like
Yeah.
you're
Fuck
gonna
you
be
fake. If you fuck with me,
Okay,
but not
now-
my people.
Not rude.
yeah, like you're not gonna be rude to people around me and think I'm gonna like
Fucking
you.
fake.
Yeah.
Like that's gross.
not rude, but like in a way selfish. Or like
I
they
feel
only worry
like-
about themselves. They don't really put you on a pedestal or put you as a priority.
You know, I feel like that was my last little situation. I feel like
you weren't a priority.
not that I wasn't like a priority, but I just feel like why would I put more effort
And him.
in than you? Like, and the fact that I'm not yours, like I'm not gonna do all that.
Yeah.
I feel you.
And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna let things like I don't want things like that. That's why I'm not looking. I don't care right now. Like I'm just really trying to like write every day and work on my book. Like
Yeah.
I mean that's what I've always known as the saying to go is like you want something where like work on yourself and then that'll just
100%. Because you can't give anybody any type of love if you ain't love yourself 100%.
Yeah, you gonna find some.
No.
You
And
gonna
that's-
find some bullshit.
And that's little
Yeah.
shit from whether, like you said, if you're gonna be working out right now, you're trying to get your body right. If you making a fucking book, you want to do the book. If you're working on a fucking mixtape, like you know how even that shit be when you be in the studio and
You focus. You gotta get on your shit. You
Yeah.
can't even really got no time for nobody else.
you
Honestly,
gotta like lock, you know,
lock
whatever
in.
you're doing and just focus on that. And I just feel like that's kind of what I'm trying to do is just like be creative. So I don't need
yeah.
I feel like with that
I don't
type of
need
shit,
anyone.
if it comes, it comes. It's
To
like
get
you
in my
shouldn't be
way.
looking for it. You feel me? Like
You want an
it gotta
asset.
come.
You want an
Especially
asset
in
to your
these
life,
days.
not a liability or not somebody that's gonna hold you
Yeah.
back or make you force you to do something.
Now,
Yeah, if they're not like being like I'm not inspired by someone either, then I don't like that.
now as a you know, as a woman that's financially okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that a big deal when it comes to relationships? Like, do you look for a partner that has?
Personally, like I said, it's a vibe. If I'm vibing with someone, then that's what matters to me. I don't expect a lot of people to be able to make the money I do, so I kind of just don't I don't look at that.
Yeah.
You know,
I fuck with that.
But it probably
A lot of
goes
girls don't think that though. A lot of girls like, no, he has to have money. But then
I feel like women,
they don't
the
have
women I
money.
meet
But
with money.
they don't have money.
Yeah, I feel like the
though.
women with
what
money
the
I
fuck?
meet like be on that same shit. Like most of the women I've dated that have money, like they don't care about the money is never really a topic.
like it's nice
because-
if you
Yeah.
do and want to do stuff. Like I appreciate the little things. Like I like the attention to detail more so than anything, but I don't expect anyone to be on doing what I'm doing.
I mean, what type of things are you into? I know you like dirt bikes, obviously. You got Broncos and shit like that. Like, what type of? You got the Harley Davidson on. Like, do you consider yourself like an outdoorsy girl, or you know what I'm
I
saying?
love being outdoors. Yeah, I like going outside. I like just being in nature, sitting out there smoking. I don't know. I like going to the batting cages.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I don't know.
You're like
Native American.
No, stop it. There's some people who don't care about that kind of stuff, but I just like to be outside. I feel like it makes me feel more alive, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, we came from the era of being outside. We're not inside.
We are like the outside era.
Yes, we're the last era going outside. Like people, I be asking kids like in my apartment, what y'all be doing? They be like, shit, we just be in the house. Like, what the fuck? That sounds
Fortnite
fucking
all
horrible.
day. Think about that. Like this new generation just playing Fortnite and shit.
My mom used to try to punish me, but I'm taking my phone. I don't give a fuck.
God, yeah.
I go outside. I don't give a fuck
I
about
never
phone.
cared about having the phone.
Take the computer. I don't care.
It's kind
The
of
fuck?
better when you didn't have the phone because you really like. Damn,
You really can't call me.
I was turned today.
Yeah,
Like
I was out all night to 9, 10 o'clock. Like, the fuck was turned up.
I remember not having a phone.
You
outside.
hear the theory about like nature or like I think they call it grounding. Have you ever heard of grounding where you like having your bare feet in grass and in dirt will can heal or like
Yeah, you get
generate
all like
blood
the
flow.
minerals from
Damn, I think I'm allergic.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Even watching Avatar,
I'm allergic to.
I think I'm
I
allergic.
realized-
That shit made me itch. I can't do it.
even watching Avatar made me realize that like we are all like even think about everything we eat, even me being like more healthy, eating better food and shit like that. I realized like
I
everything
seen you eat a
is.
double cheeseburger though.
When?
I'm just playing.
I was like, when? I was like,
I just He said, you ain't finna catch me lacking.
okay. But I feel it's crazy how connected we are to like the universe and the world and shit. Like we don't think about like everything here is organically made. Like whether it's like it's made
You're
right.
aware.
Like this is a metal. This is a fucking plastic. Like this is all
organic.
This is organic.
How? That's plastic.
It's a
What are you talking
material.
about?
It's a material that came
Bro,
from something on
Next
Earth.
subject. You're not gonna do
What?
Don't do that to yourself. Don't
This
do
is
that
not-
to yourself.
Next subject.
Don't
This
do
is
that
not-
to yourself.
I'm not getting that.
This is not glass.
I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into
And
that.
how's glass made?
I'm not getting into that.
Fire and fucking rock.
Rock.
Is it rock?
You're right. You're right about glass. Glass and
Being
organic.
blown
But
by
like,
Everything
fire.
is made. Like everything's from the earth.
all materials are made.
Like what the
from-
fuck is a camera? How the fuck are we able to see ourselves and record ourselves? Is that not something?
That's man-made.
But it's like it's man made, but you're using materials from the earth.
But it's man-made still, though.
But like it's man made by putting a bunch of the materials together.
Who make the materials, man?
Humans. God, nature.
It's man-made. Like,
whatever.
it's man-made.
You gotta call it. You call it different
Invented
shit.
the camera?
You said what?
Who invented the camera?
Who invented the camera?
Probably somebody black.
You think
If
somebody?
we've been 100%.
Is there like okay? Do you
If
know?
we've been
any-
100% about
Do
it.
you guys
like,
have that? Is there any like native inventions that like you know that y'all people invented that they took that you know that they won't say that.
Off the
We don't
top of
wanna
my
get
head,
sensitive.
I can't think, but
Sound like
a lot
AC.
of herbal
She got a
medicine.
y'all and they. You
Yeah,
sound like
no,
AC.
She got us being all.
You sound like
extra
AC, y'all.
Hey, the natives, they don't have no type of sense. And she's like the white man,
The colonizer.
the colonizer.
The colonizer.
I'm sorry.
They finna eat us up in the
I just-
comments.
I'm just saying what I feel.
I like that
I'm just keeping it real with y'all. This is it's blunt talk.
because you know what it is. Like black people.
Okay, but where did I lie or say anything that
No.
was wrong?
That's rich.
That's
You know what it
freedom of
is.
speech.
So if you have anything to
Black
say,
people, we
say
just kind of
it.
make a
It
joke
wasn't
out
a
of
black
like
dude.
Chinese.
Okay.
Chinese dude.
A Chinese philosopher of the Han Dynasty was thought to be the first person to project an image onto another surface.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's dope as fuck.
That's wild.
When was that though?
The Han Dynasty,
No, when?
1685.
Damn, niggas had cameras in 1685.
No, they just he was the first one to project an
I was
image
like, what the
onto
fuck?
another
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
Niggas in 1700s like pose up.
I mean, you gotta
flick
think
up.
everything is just kind of like everything is just kind of like a reinvention.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at we were in Air Force. My dad said these shit used to cost like $12 or something when he was growing
Yeah,
up.
it's just like everything just gets a little better over time.
It'd be nothing without cameras.
We'll be nothing without cameras.
Why don't we have
I
disposable cameras no more though?
I use those
She
disposable
uses them
cameras
all
all
the
the
time.
time.
Yeah.
But
That
why?
is my favorite thing to shoot on.
I mean, who do you want? Is there anybody big that you would want to shoot? Like, let's say like celebrities or like music people, like somebody big. Like, because let's just say you take let's say you go the photography route these next 2-5 years. Like, who would you want to shoot? Who are some people you would want to style?
Madonna,
That's dope.
definitely. That would be my highest, most.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooter style Madonna. It was
Madonna.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Probably Robert De Niro before he dies.
Robert De Niro before you.
Yeah, Robert
I
De
love
Niro
him.
is old as fuck.
He looks
bro.
I love
so
him.
old now.
He is old. What are you talking about?
78.
He is old, bro.
That man has my heart.
Damn, I love Robert De Niro.
Me and him have the same
Robert De
birthday.
Niro,
He's
Bruce
great.
Willis, man.
No, you know what happened to Bruce Willis?
Man, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah,
It's
no,
I
sad,
don't
bro. It's
know.
depressing.
What happened?
Got dementia.
Yeah, he has dementia now. So like
my God.
he retired. And it's crazy because they were talking about all the bad movies he's been doing the last like 5
And
years.
I didn't know dementia kills you. I didn't know it's just.
It doesn't
my
kill you.
God.
He
That's
got
what they
dying.
say.
I just
That's
thought
what
it
they
fucked
say.
with your
Dementia
memory.
just kills you.
You get dementia, it messes your memory up, and then most of the people get pneumonia.
I was
like
watching.
it breaks down like certain parts of your body, and you get pneumonia. And
I was watching a
That's
video
too
of him.
crazy,
They dropped
bro.
a video footage of him maybe like.
Because then he was like he was recording. He couldn't remember his lines, and that's when they found
that's
out.
why they crushed. He
They
crushed
said-
a bunch of movies.
They said on what's that movie? Split, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. They said that he didn't know none of his lines, and they
Damn.
said that's when he retired. He said that he just couldn't keep up. That was a blockbuster movie, and he was just
Yeah.
You want to fuck his career, up, basically, you know. Ain't that
Well,
why
I
he
mean-
did like a bunch of Netflix movies or something like that?
was
Yeah,
trying
he
to get
did a
money
bunch of
before-
movies like he
Like
he
100
turned a
like
bunch
100 or something, or
ridiculous
70, like,
movies where he's not
ridiculous.
even doesn't even really have lines. He has like really little
just
bit
in
lines,
there.
and he's just in there.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, shit.
Like legendary, bro. Bruce Willis, man.
was a legendary. A lot of they said Chris was it Hemsworth? He just had like the dementia gene or something like that. So he's like retired, not retiring, but he's like
Chris
chilling.
You just-
Hemsworth?
You just get dementia.
Isn't he
Like,
in Marvel? I'm
just
not sure
Thor.
about Marvel.
Thor.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
is there a way to get dementia? You just get it.
Yeah, you just get it over time.
I just feel
remember-
like we all just fucking
I remember-
die one day.
I remember growing up, I used to
It's a
smoke
process.
I used to
have
smoke
shitty
weed in the
memory.
foyer. Niggas like you gonna get dementia doing that. Smoking weed in the foyer, you get dementia.
Gotta take what is it? Ginkgo biloba or whatever that vitamin is.
You remember
Ginkgo
that?
biloba or whatever.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
used
is-
to take that
Foil.
shit.
I felt like
He's like you get dementia doing that. Like what the fuck are you talking
before
about?
I moved to the valley, whatever, I felt like I was losing my mind.
You been losing your
Down
mind.
here.
Yeah,
down
when,
here?
when I was down
Down
here,
here in LA?
I felt like I was losing my mind.
I was losing my mind before the valley as well.
Yeah, like I felt like I was legit like.
I
going
told somebody the
crazy.
other day, I said downtown LA is low key hell.
I feel
Bro,
like
It
Big
is.
Big said the other day, bro. He stayed here for the weekend. He's like, bro, sleeping in this place is fucked up, bro. Like you don't know the you don't know time. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know
I've
time.
never spent the night
No,
here.
it's so
Don't.
dark in
I
here.
fall asleep and I'll wake up. I'm going. I see you
The
tomorrow.
shit is a cave.
I'm going home. I'm out of here.
it's so dark. I know you should always do that. Man.
I don't like sleeping here, bro. I don't like it.
Oh no,
It's a
you
cave.
know, like when I wake up, I have to double check the clocks. Like I have to check like 2 or 3 clocks just to make sure, like to see if it's 7 at night or 7 in the morning because
Yes,
you never
sir.
know.
It's just always
Fucking
dark and
ridiculous.
gloomy in
It's
here.
the fucking dungeon, bro.
Love it.
This is the dungeon.
Do y'all want to move the studio?
Nope.
No, I feel like
Trying
it's
to
cool
stay
right here. Right
Well,
here.
this nigga like hell no, nigga. shit.
Everybody look your shot. Yeah, let's move it.
Oh, do y'all want to move
I
it?
was playing.
I feel like definitely waking up with the sun is definitely a difference.
Yeah.
I tried to
It
You
makes
feel
a
me?
huge difference in you.
I say right now,
I try to put timers
We
on,
keep
the,
it in
on
here.
the fucking lights so they turn on like at like 7 in the morning. So
I'm telling you, it makes a big
Act like
difference.
But I feel like we can't just fuck it up because all the work that we put in right here, ASAP.
Yeah.
I love the
They put
studio.
in, so it's like we
It
can't,
looks
we
so
can't
nice
just
in
move
here
Yeah, you've been
compared to
it.
compared.
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah.
Oh fuck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dope shit.
AC pimped it out because she said compared to what it was. Remember what it was? I mean, when you had it.
I don't think she's talking about that. I think she's seen it when it was empty.
I mean, when you had it, but
She came over here when it was empty.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
You seen it like
I've been here many times.
Yeah, like you seen the shit. Actually, my shit it was pimped out at first, low key.
I've always wanted an industrial loft in LA. Like that was like for like the
In
last 10
downtown?
years.
This is the
like,
shittiest industrial loft.
I know, and the 1,000%. I agree with you, 1,000%. Like, this is
But
not,
you feel it though,
but
like you like
you still feel like it's.
you feeling close.
I'd
You know,
say
he's a
the other
suburb
ones,
baby. He's a
the
suburb
other
baby.
building.
You a suburb baby.
Oh,
the
yeah.
other building is where
mobile
it's a little
Why
bit
do
better.
I'm
why
me
you
personally
say
not
that?
trying to pay like no $5
We're
grand,
in the same
$6
area.
grand for
It's a
rent in
suburb,
downtown.
baby.
Like,
We're in the
you
same
know,
area.
like,
It's
buying
Mine
Yeah.
was the same as this.
Up in Ontario.
Yeah.
It's
This
too
is-
different.
this
It's
is
too,
honestly-
right. I can't.
It
I
had a
can't
little
lie with you
spiral
with that.
staircase to the little upstairs loft.
She had
like
the
the
nice
look
one.
It was nice. It
Yeah.
was like the same price as this.
Yeah.
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 Do you see yourself ever living anywhere else? Like, would you ever live like out of country or like, you know what I'm saying?
Out of country, no.
No.
No. Why would I go out of country?
Native American, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
She's like,
But
this is
why
my
would
land,
Why would I
goddamn
go
land,
out of
goddamn
the
it.
country?
Did I wonder if I subconsciously wore my
I-
Native
yeah.
American.
It's
shit.
Hey, I
Stupid.
was gonna say something in the
Stupid.
beginning, before we started. I was like, of course you would wear that jacket.
You know what? I didn't even think about
I
that.
love
No, you wear that jacket on purpose. Don't do
Swear,
that.
I think
Don't do
subconsciously
that.
I
Don't
might have
do
did
that.
that. You know, you have to. You have to
represent.
Gotta represent.
You gotta represent for your people.
Gotta represent. This is
You gotta guess and you gotta represent.
feel me. This is blunt talk. What happened?
Just did.
Yeah, this is blunt talk.
I styled him in that jacket when we did shoot one time.
Exactly. Fucking muse.
Exactly.
Do we have any big topics going on from current events? Get
Oh, okay. So since like this is current event, and we have both genders or two genders in here, what do you feel about the like the Meg and Tory? I don't know if you noticed or heard about like Meg the Stallion and the Tory Lanez case, like in terms of
have
what it
Tori
seemed-
come up here shooting up the podcast.
Yeah,
But what do you
Have
what do you
Megan
think
to
of,
confiscate the video.
what do you think about the idea of believe all women?
Who said that?
I don't think you should believe.
Well,
I
no,
mean, like,
isn't
I
it a-
definitely think everyone, like, I just think everyone deserves their side. But, like, I don't think,
To like,
I think that
by
there's some
default?
bad women in this world.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
I don't even know if I would, or if I wouldn't, to be honest.
Like, what is a
At
feminist?
least you kept it real.
So what?
I don't know
At least you
what I
kept it real.
Yeah, I mean,
consider
like,
myself.
Because some people like, yeah, I am a feminist. But
well, I
they
don't know
what it
because
is.
I see you talk about a lot of topics. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it be like, I see
I
you talk
don't
about
feel
native topics. I see you do talk about like, you know, women topics. I see you talk. You have a wide range of things that you're.
I just talk about things that I think matter and that I feel like I think matter.
Where are you getting a lot of your topics from? Like what are you like? What are you watching? What are you reading? Like, how do you stay in
Just a
tune to
lot
the
of
news
different
and everything?
things. I feel like, I don't know, just a lot of different things, but I think I talk to my aunt a lot about a lot of different things going on. And I feel like that's so there.
And you do
like,
your
that's
research
who
on
I like
shit
to
and stuff.
vent and talk about things, but also just, yeah, like Google, like do my
The
little
explore
Googles.
Because now that I'm older, maybe because I'm more like I feel like I'm more woke per se.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to.
Oh my God.
I also follow a lot of
fucking
different
God.
pages, like
Yeah.
on Twitter and on Instagram, like indigenous
I
pages.
never knew what it was to kind of be like.
You're not woke. Just to
Yeah,
off
you're-
topic.
you're,
You're not
uh,
woke.
you're
Who's not woke?
You're
You're not
conservative.
I'm conservative
You
woke.
fake woke. You think you woke.
I'm woke
You're not
conservative.
You sleep.
fake
You're
woke.
interchangeable.
you Twitter woke. You over here Twitter woke. You
This is my
ain't
whole
really
thing.
woke.
I never
Snapchat
knew.
woke. He might
Yeah,
be Twitter woke.
Snapchat woke. You
I
not really
look,
woke for
TikTok,
real.
I'm TikTok woke. No,
Yeah, that's even faker.
No, I'm fucking. Look, this because I'll like put it like to rap. Okay, like I never knew how like J. Cole could rap about like topics that are going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you buckle down on like what topics? Like,
I think a strong opinion.
is it
Like what you should talk about, what you
100%?
shouldn't.
Like, how do you find out? Like, you know, like what is
What
the
sets a little spark under me, I guess, is what I choose to talk about and whatnot. Like if I feel, like I said, I only talk about the things that I feel.
like you have to feel like you have to read about
Yeah.
something and you're
I'm not
like,
gonna just talk on things I don't understand or don't have any type of feeling or relate
because
to.
I
in
don't
any
think that's
type of
called
way.
being political. That's not being political.
I
is
don't
it?
think I'm political, but
It's
I
a
feel
little
like
more
I'll
activist.
just say what I feel like needs to be said.
It's not just having an opinion.
It's utilizing your platform.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's important to me.
Share your.
Now you have a viral picture that went viral on Twitter and Instagram. I think it just went viral as fuck.
What picture?
It's of you holding a sign that said Hillary
Clinton is Satan.
Hillary Clinton is Satan. Can we type that up? Taylor White, Hillary
No,
Clinton.
don't. Please.
Type that up.
You're getting our
Please
page.
don't.
You're
I hate
getting
that.
our YouTube blocked.
Type that up. That shit
YouTube
hot.
going down.
So how did that come about, and what was that protest about? Like, the shit looks crazy,
It's
and you look
about
very
a lot
fierce.
of-
You're
it's a-
very fierce in the picture.
I didn't even know that picture was being taken. And then I started seeing it everywhere and I was like, oh, fuck. And then it started going on all these like random political and then all these like
Did you type it in with her name?
QAnon pages or like the Trump support. And I'm like, I am not a Trump supporter, so please don't associate me with that.
Yeah.
But I do think the Clintons are evil. I
Twitter.
do think Hillary Clinton is evil. And that protest was about a lot of the stuff that's going on right now. Like, you know how you like everyone's tripping about the Balenciaga stuff because. Okay, but that's what I'm just saying. It was.
Look, we're trying to stay
protest.
monetized. Okay, as soon as we start talking about what Clinton,
you're
what
the
Hillary
motherfucker
Clinton,
that-
Okay, but I'm not the one who brought it up, so I don't
You're-
even want it on here.
Yeah, don't.
You guys are the one who did
don't go on her
it.
Twitter and look at it.
First, don't go to my Twitter, please.
Let's keep the podcast PG-13.
It'll get shut down if you
Yeah.
go to my Twitter.
Let's keep it. Let's keep it. Let's keep it.
And I didn't even bring this shit up. I didn't even want to talk about this.
No, wait. First of all,
Everyone always
it
wants
had-
to talk about
there's
this.
no problem talking about the Clintons and none of that shit because it's all what it is. Like, I don't.
No, you don't.
My whole thing, I don't feel like I'm a political person enough to like give a fuck about like people's crazy opinions. Like,
Thank you.
if we got Alex Jones on the podcast, he start talking crazy. Let him talk crazy. Like people,
we got Kanye, like you said in the beginning.
I'm just a dude
Alex
that
Jones on the podcast.
I'm just a guy that believes that everybody has their own opinion about everything, and I just don't
sounds
judge nobody
crazy.
about their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like how you're not a Trump support. You don't support Trump, but you also are aware
Fuck
and
Hillary
acknowledge
Clinton.
that like there is corruption or evil on like bipartisan or like whatever.
On every side, there's.
Native people be talking, they don't give a fuck, low key. If you really think
Uncensored.
about
They're
Native
like,
people,
fuck
they really
both
be
sides. Fuck both
uncensored.
sides.
Uncensored.
I do not fuck with the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Yeah, like why would you?
But I do stand on what I said and on my side.
It's like you kind
And
of, if
I
you're a
don't
native
wanna-
person that joins the army or like fucks with the government, it's kind of like being a sellout. You know what I'm saying?
Native
Like,
people
Or if
join
you're
the army?
religious.
I mean, you seen that movie Wind Talkers?
Or
haven't
if
you?
you're religious, really.
Yeah.
So if you're like
why
on
would
Netflix?
a native be religious?
Yeah, because you got your whole.
they brought that shit over here, and then they tried to whitewash.
they forced it.
They
Yeah.
forced native kids out of their homes
Yeah.
and put them in fucking residential schools and fucking molested and murdered these kids. And there's been graves dug up with like thousands of fucking kids, like children's bones dug up by these like church Catholic residential schools that the native kids were forced to be in from the 19 like I don't know, the early 1900s till like the like I said, that's why when I told you the ICWA was like put into place, is because of this. Because kids, after they were taken from their homes into these fucking residential schools, then after that, if they made it out and survived, because a lot of kids died, like well over like 15,000 kids were like murdered by these people.
God damn.
And
That's a lot
it's
of people.
wild to think about
The Catholics and the Christians.
It's wild to think about what happened to Native Americans to the point where black people went through slavery.
I knew you were going there.
Black people went through
I
slavery.
knew you were going there.
Man, fuck y'all. Black people went through slavery, and it's so wide known, and black people still don't have reparations. But Native Americans, whatever was so much worse that happened to them, that the colonizers did to them, was so bad that they have their own sovereign states. Like each tribe has their own state.
We should have more than these little
I'm not saying that
reservations.
I'm not even
AC,
saying
we were
that.
forced to
AC,
these
go get our
shitty
reparations then,
parts.
man.
But
No, we were forced to these shitty parts of America, all the smallest, like my tribe, my tribe is in this little creek that was covered in poison oak,
Oh hell no!
and we had to
That's
inhabit
fucked up.
and create life there.
Hey, the blacks and the natives are just fucking. That's one thing they bond on. They both
Whoa.
are just fucking
Y'all might-
decimated by the white man years ago.
Y'all might be the same thing, but we're not gonna.
Well, I mean,
discuss
We're not
that.
getting into that. We're not getting into that.
Who has it worse, the blacks
know
or
that-
natives?
We're
or the
not getting
Jews?
into that.
Theory?
We're not getting into that.
No,
Back
I'm
to
just
Nathan.
saying.
We're not getting into that.
But I'm
We're
saying
not getting
it's
into
just
that.
wild to know like how much
Mexicans
hell.
got it bad too.
I feel like
This shit used to be Mexico.
the white people.
Monetize.
Okay, I don't even want
No, you're good. I'm
No,
Italian.
go. What-
so-
Monetize.
Let's talk
They
about
coming
it.
for us.
They're not coming for us.
the like colonial life or like colonized way of life. I just feel like, you know, we've all had to adapt to it and we all live by it. You know what I mean? Like that's just what we were like forced to do.
Yeah.
But it's just ass, and I wish that we could just like, I don't know. And then on top of that, like when you think about it, they are telling people that they are illegal in a place that is stolen. Like how are you going to tell people to, they like all these people who have to go to the ICE office and stuff, like,
Well,
deal with immigration, and they're being told that they can't be here, but this is stolen land. Like, let's be real, none of you should be here, but you are. So who are you guys to tell who can and cannot, who is illegal on? No one is illegal on stolen land.
And what it is, why I feel like the natives, you know, their anger is a little more directed. You have to think about black people. Natives have a culture, so they have documented everything that happened when the white man came to the land and they were taking over. Everything is documented from their tribes and everything. That's really part of their history.
Fucking white people always think they know better.
Black people, we have no
I don't even
definite
mean to
story
be like
of
that, but like,
no.
where's the lie?
Yeah, and black people, we have no definite story of slavery. We don't know where it really started. We know from even the Middle Passage. That's not
Y'all
like
don't
a
even
real
know
story.
if y'all came from Africa.
We don't know a lot of stuff.
Like
we don't
let's
have
be
it.
honest. There's
Yeah,
genuinely no like.
We just have a
nobody's
lot
guaranteed
of
on that.
Our history. A lot of our history is lost. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. You know, the most that we know that slavery was real.
This shit wild.
And you got to think, even slavery was documented by, you know what I'm saying, the people that made us enslaved. So that's why we know records of different slaves and where we come from as far as that. But, you know, a lot of our history is lost. You know, we don't have that culture. You know, Native American people, even when they were the Native Americans that survived, you know,
I mean, look at your last name.
yeah, my last name is Ashby. Ashby is.
Well, you didn't have to say that.
I mean,
that's why I said
whatever,
it. But like,
What's that? What does that
an
mean?
English last name. What happened?
Scottish, actually.
Oh well, when slaves got freed, they just took on the last name of their slave master, and then they became free men. And it's so like you see a lot of black people.
I don't
with
like that description
corny
right
ass
now.
last
Yeah, I
names.
don't like that.
I don't got a corny last name.
He's Sosa.
I'm not saying everybody.
My last name's
I
pretty
didn't
fire.
say everybody. I said, but like a lot of people took last name of this, and so that kills off the whole history.
Well,
your whole lineage,
that's
like
where
your
the
information on your whole
that's where
lineage,
the
where you came
disconnect from African Americans and
changes
So
everything.
y'all
Africans.
tried to sabotage us, basically.
What I mean, realistically, most African Americans don't know where their lineage goes down.
That's
to.
a big thing. Like
the bet like
I
23
don't.
and me. That's
I don't.
pretty fun.
no,
Like
we don't. That's a
We
good
all
thing.
have to
They're
go
just
on their
collecting
website and
DNA.
pay
Oh,
and
don't stop.
send
I haven't
in
did that yet. Don't
saliva and all that other extra shit. You feel me?
And I haven't did that yet.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't really
giving
care that
nobody my
much.
saliva.
I just
I'm
like
not doing
23
it. I'm not doing it.
I feel like
yeah.
since I've been friends with you and you're so in touch with your culture, it's made me like kind of think about it now. Like, damn, maybe I should do that shit. But I haven't. Before that, I
I don't feel
never
like
really
you
thought
need to
about
go
it.
down that way. I feel like you just need to talk to your family and like
Man,
see like
true.
your own
Black
family
people
like
be lying.
verbal history.
Black people
And I'm
tell
sure
you
there's a
Puerto
website.
Rican, you Cherokee, all type of shit.
I think my grandma said we
people
were a
just tell you
Blackfoot tribe.
anything.
I've heard
you
Blackfoot
Belizean, like grandma. You don't know what the fuck we are.
The census, yeah.
You
that
talking
came
about
like,
grandma? Get in touch with the Census Bureau. The Census Bureau, no.
Well, I feel like most of black people, we like kind of feel our culture comes from like the South.
It is.
That's like a lot of our culture.
All our grandparents came from the South. We're not
because-
just from California.
That's because when the slaves came off the boats, they was in the South.
Yeah, my people from Arkansas, Texas, all type of places. But then they came to California.
Yeah,
Have you seen the show 1883 or 18?
Oh,
Yeah, she
I
fucking
love
trying to get me to watch that.
show.
Yeah, that show was.
did that show have
I
natives in it?
cried.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had people from each tribe when they were speaking the language in the show.
Yeah.
Like they had people come and make sure that they were like
Yeah.
authentic.
So you're
The Native American aspect of like the all inclusive, like the like accepting everybody or the woke is. I feel like it has benefited the like Native American culture a lot because of that. Like they came in and made sure that they knew they had everything. Like
That's what I was saying. The
represented them
difference.
best.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. The difference now between like
Indian
the old.
in a cupboard.
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie,
I
bro.
met him though. I
love that movie.
Lightfoot.
I love
Really?
it.
I love that movie, bro.
That shit was a shit.
When
I used
we
to
did
vote in
the
school all the
first
time.
suicide awareness thing, when I said we were doing
Yeah.
like little fundraiser, and I was selling prints and stuff. We like raised enough money to get him to come speak at
He's
our
pulled
first
up.
suicide awareness.
He was
That's
like, yeah,
hard.
so
him and his whole family came. It was so
life
cool.
changed after
That's
Indian
dope.
cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm actually a
oh my
millionaire.
god, he's
Moved
so
off the
hot.
res. I've been in Hollywood for a minute now trying to get
I thought he was so hot when I was
Doing
little.
cameos.
yeah.
Oh, that's
You thought,
Gotta pay
it's
for
$40 for a picture.
You gotta pay for this.
You know, you got
Remember Boston George?
Is it a thing?
Remember Boston George, the weed show?
Is it
Hey, look at the pic.
down-
It's $40. $40.
Is it looked down upon to marry outside of the res?
No.
I thought like you know how like Indian like Indian like.
So you're not supposed to
Eastern
say Indian, you got to say native. They don't. You can't
What
say
about-
Indian.
You gotta,
No,
you gotta be
he's
descriptive.
talking
You gotta
about
be
the
descriptive.
other-
That's it, like Hindu Indian. That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about. Like
No, you wouldn't.
yes, I was. Like
Okay,
in their
colonizer.
culture, you can't like they still have arranged marriages and they like arrange marriages in that same.
Ours is we're very like modern,
Really?
open-minded.
So you
I
can
feel
have
like
a
we're
brother-
like really open-minded for the most part. Everyone is super just like.
Is it looked down like if you bring a white man on the res or like look?
What?
I got a
No,
black
I
man.
feel
John
like a lot
Smith?
of people.
You can't bring John Smith on the
I
red.
feel like the one time that
You
I
feel
feel
me?
like there was an issue. I don't want to say. Obviously, I'm not going to say who.
Yeah.
But I brought someone.
I'm so nosy. I want to say who.
No, I'm not going to say who because
Don't say who.
cringe. But I brought this person to the res, and they were like outside on the phone, just like talking on the phone, and
Yeah.
one of the res cops kept driving by, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I went out there, and the cop was like, "Who is that?" And I was like,
Fucking white man.
I was like, he's
Shit.
with me. My bad.
Snow.
He was like, take him inside.
He looks
It's no
pretty crazy.
I was like,
white man.
okay.
White
But it
man.
wasn't
That
like
would look crazy.
Nigga took a picture.
that was
bro.
like the worst.
The res, the only place a white man is the enemy.
But that was like because when you're an unfamiliar face on like a really small community, everyone talks and everyone.
Niggas pulling up with a blunt, the gangster.
Niggas
They driving right
Niggas
past.
knew in 10 minutes. A white man on the turf.
Who is
man, look
this
at my
guy?
It's a white man on this
You
motherfucker.
got a white man on here, man.
But
All of a sudden, 6 cars slide.
But that's good. I would feel secure with that. Like,
But like
dude,
people date outside, like you
Yeah.
know, like you don't want to date people from your own res. Like a lot of time, like your distant family, and even even if you're not, like in the end, we're all from the same tribe. Like we're all family, and
So it's like
one
you don't want to
way
date nobody from the
or
tribe because you'll be
another.
your cousin or some shit.
Like I mean, obviously you're gonna check like who's your family. You
That's
know?
crazy. Black
Who
people
is
we
your
don't do that
family?
shit. You'll date somebody named Smith and you got the same last name.
Fuck around me, cousin.
You don't even
It's
know.
just a small
Hey, you see
community.
LaTrandra?
Nigga Parker.
Like,
both
damn,
Parker.
I knew that. I seen you at that one barbecue that one time.
Why don't we feel like that?
funny.
Huh?
Why don't black people feel like that? Like,
What?
Why don't we feel like last name makes mean that we're like family?
because
Because there's
I
so
just
many
told you.
fucking.
I just told you why. Because it's not
There's
your
so
real
many
last
white
name.
people, but white people, do white people feel like they're the same when they're saying? Nah, it's
Hell
just,
no.
It's just you gotta have culture.
If somebody has my last name, they're definitely related to me.
What is
Like-
your last name?
Like, it's Calbro.
Nigga took the mic off. It's Calzone.
I mean,
It's Calzone. My bad.
but yeah, like, I feel like if you looked up your last name, there's probably way too many people.
Like I said, when you're around somebody that's so in tune with their culture, it makes you want to be more in tune with your culture. Because I mean, you're
Yeah.
Latino. Like you're Latino. Like,
wish I had
are you in
culture.
tune with your culture?
Latino eat.
Like, do you know where your mom and dad are from and everything?
From Mexico.
Yeah.
We from elite school.
What you said? What? But I mean, that's like where they were from. Their grandparents, everybody. Like that's the country.
I'm from
That's
Tijuana.
that's like you can go back to your home country, to your roots. You can bring your kids to your roots and stuff like that. We
don't
got
know if I
like
wanna do that one.
like where your people from?
Nigga, we from Michigan.
Muskegon, like-
Nigga, from Michigan. Nigga, Detroit shit.
Yeah, like I would like. I guess like if I did find my tribe, like okay, say we did do the little 22 thing. Do you
Would you
take
say
it?
your tribe? You're not a tribe.
I might have a
You're
tribe
fully
in
black.
Africa. What if I got an African tribe?
Yeah,
No, you don't.
Like, you know,
Relax.
like,
No,
have you seen
don't.
those pictures of that old African king that looks like he's like spitting image of Nipsey?
Yeah, that's
Like
fake.
that-
That shit-
No,
Is
that's
that a real picture?
no, they didn't have pictures back then. But it was a drawing.
Nigga,
of his
somebody
face.
could have made that and just
Exactly.
put it and
Somebody
said,
put
oh
that
yeah,
shit.
this is from back then. This is what he
Nipsey
looked
just a
like.
fucking African.
But
king
Nipsey
now.
was African.
No,
though.
and then
He was
and then-
Ethereum, huh?
Yeah. I think Snoop just said it that they trace his DNA back.
What about you? Do you know like where your Italian roots are come from?
Just,
Like you know your
dad's
village.
You're not
side is
100%
from
Italian though.
Yeah, I am.
You're not 100%
Both
though.
my parents are Italian.
Okay, my bad.
But
You know where your family like roots, your village from?
Where's the gabagool?
No,
The town of Corleone.
that was racist.
The
Where's
gabagool.
the gabagool?
Where's the gabagool?
Where's the gabagool?
The gabagool.
Well, I always say Italy is the closest European country to Africa, so we're like the bottom of the fucking.
I love these little white racist fucking every episode. He doesn't miss.
I'm gonna throw this white shit in here. You gonna fucking
He
understand.
said that Italy is closer to Africa. We're
the closest- think about it.
the
Monster
bottom.
energy
You
drink,
piece of
motherfuckers. Like what?
What type of shit is that?
Nigga watch Colors.
He's a real Republican.
He's a real Republican.
Y'all be calling me conservative.
Y'all both conservative. That's
I'm
your
like,
boy. That's your
I'm
best
in the
friend.
middle. I feel like I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
You're not in the middle. You definitely on that line of conservative. I'm gonna Casamigos though.
Yeah, pour me a little bit.
Since Baker got money, he became conservative.
That's what the money do, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to
What the
give,
money
you want to
really do?
share.
Let's be real.
When you broke, you like, yeah, you got to share with everybody. As soon as you get your own money, you're like, hold on, fuck you.
Y'all broke. You
Mine, yeah.
We at the same 24.
Exactly.
Fuck you talking about? You better get up and grind.
2 whips, 2
You better get up
fits.
and grind.
You're stupid. The same.
Why is it like that? They got the same 24. Fuck you
I just
talking
feel
about?
like, first of all, I don't feel like I'm a conservative. I feel like I'm in the middle. Y'all just mad because
Who's mad?
I thought Donald
Who
Trump
is
was.
mad?
I thought Donald Trump was funny as hell.
I fuck with Trump. He's funny. He's
I
funny
thought
as
he was a
fuck.
cool president. I liked him.
He for sure didn't have a censor.
I didn't hate him.
He'll go on Twitter and be like, yeah, fuck this.
Donald Trump was just like AC, like how AC be saying little
That's
shit.
his dad.
Like that's how Donald Trump was. Like when he did the little taco bowl.
If
like
he had a
thanks for the
homie that
Mexican
was
people
fucking
made
with
taco
Trump, he'd be just like AC.
Yeah.
He would just exact spin it
Exactly.
AC.
Is he really looking up Africa being
Look, you trying to call me racist? Look, there's Africa right there. This is Africa. This is
Why are we
Sicily.
on the map?
Stop playing.
Why are we on the map?
Oh, you saying are you Sicily? Sicily?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying you're black. He's saying he's black.
No, I
Don't do
didn't
that.
say I'm black.
Don't do that.
I just said we the
Don't do
closest.
that. Don't do that on the show.
You asked me what my lineage was.
Don't do that on the
Stop playing.
show.
Oh, it's Sicily. It is Sicily.
Yes.
Do you know what town
AC is
Sicily?
not black.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna get in the story because
Don't
you
do
don't believe it.
Don't do it. Don't do it on the show.
You know how Sicilians
let's
became
speak off topic.
Sicilians?
Let's speak off topic.
You seen fucking True Romance, motherfucker. I see like everybody fucking.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
He fucking knows what the fuck I'm talking about. He
True Romance.
You never seen that?
No.
Me either. That's why I
Is it an old movie?
Yeah, he seen that shit.
You think he's
Definitely. What?
Every
Why you
Italian
saying
guy.
you racist?
Every
Every
Italian
time you
guy
seen
seen
True
that shit.
Romance.
You're not Italian if you ain't seen that. He's seen that shit.
You're not Italian, so how
Yeah,
would
we
you
know. We know how it's because I be with Italians.
Who?
He's Italian.
That's one motherfucker.
I know a few.
I be
more.
with Italians. It was one person.
I be with Italian.
Who else?
Some guy. Who else?
Some guys.
Who are you,
Okay,
Scarface?
okay.
Some
Couple of
be
guys.
with.
Some
Okay,
good fellas.
Tony.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, okay, Tony.
With some guys.
Anything you're watching right now?
A
Music
roughneck.
that you're listening to?
What?
Anything you're watching? Music you're listening to?
Lately, like the last 2 days, I've literally been watching Wife Swap.
Wife swap.
That still comes on?
Yeah.
That sounds kinky.
What?
It's not.
Wife
I don't know
Swap.
why I'm watching it. It's just like old reruns from like the early 2000s.
Yeah. Oh,
but
Like
that shit still
Wife
comes on?
Swap. I don't know.
Are you like a
why.
horror movie person? Do you like are you romance, action?
I like scary movies and funny movies.
Yeah.
I don't really like romance movies. I think they're kind of corny.
For sure.
They're so
corny as
cringe. I
shit.
can't.
So you're not a helpless romantic type of person.
Nah. And the movies are so cringe.
Yeah.
That shit is dead. I'm a helpless romantic. No.
No.
What about music? What are you listening to?
I just like old music.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, you been putting on like some 1960s shit. I'd be doo-doo. It'd be like Jeepers Creepers music.
Do you listen to Eddie Baker?
Yes.
I feel like I be hearing it.
I be hearing it.
I be hearing it.
I be hearing some shit.
You recording the house. I heard it.
I posted it on my
There's a couple
story
bangers going on. When you
earlier.
gonna drop it though? It's drop. I've been dropped that.
I'll post his music to my story sometimes just because I'm like
Eddie B.
just trying to be supportive
I'm
of
giving
my
him some-
bestie.
I'm giving him some streams.
I don't know. I just feel like
You need some female
that's what you do when your
followers.
friends make music. You just like use it for your stories, right?
Yeah,
sure.
For sure. I feel like you should.
I need music for my story anyway.
Exactly.
Why not post my best friend?
Yeah, you've always been very supportive of
So
music.
I just feel like But yeah, I like old music, like Al Green and like Etta James and like Otis Redding.
You're a classic
Just
woman.
Old stuff that makes me feel good when I listen to it.
I didn't even want to end it without asking about this. Playboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did a shoot with Playboy. It was last year.
It was like the end of 2020, I think.
In the 2020.
I
So
think, yeah.
how did that feel? Because I know as a model, that's like a big, would you say that's a big milestone per se?
That's one I didn't think I was going to be able to do.
Why so?
Because I'm all tattooed and like Playboy is a little bit more mainstream.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, a long time ago they would have never done a girl with like lots of tattoos. Like it was very clean.
So you feel like you're
girl
breaking
next door vibes.
I feel like you're breaking the mold as far as that. Do you have like a lot of tatted girls hit you up?
Yeah, I feel like
Like a lot of
majority of the
alternative
girls who hit me up are like
Yeah.
like little tattoo girls who are like, you know.
Yeah.
And then also just like other sex workers.
Yeah. That's cool.
Does being a sex worker like affect your personal relationships? Other than
1,000%.
Yeah.
She talked about it earlier.
No,
for
I'm
sure.
saying other than that, like other
yeah,
than
yeah,
just
yeah.
like people DMing him pictures of you, like, but like intimacy, like I always would think like
Yes.
working at a strip club, you kind of get like desensitized, like when I did. So like
You did work
being
at
a
a
sex
strip club.
worker,
Yes.
like you get desensitized. So it's like sex is not held
It's
as
not
like
the
a
same because I just feel like if I'm not gonna make money
oh
from
my
it,
god, that's sick as fuck.
Really?
That's sick as fuck.
it got to that point when I had someone and we were like every time we'd fuck, like we'd film it and I would just profit off it.
Were you
Yeah.
the one that suggested it or him?
her
At
work.
first,
Nigga, her.
at first, no. At first, I
Dude,
didn't.
totally-
No, I filmed myself.
Yeah.
And I think it just like naturally happened, like out of curiosity. They just was like, and I'm like, I'm down to do it. Obviously, you know, it's gonna make me a bag. Like,
Do you pay
why
your
wouldn't
ni-
I do that?
Yeah.
Would you pay your nigga like? I mean, he's employed by you at that point. So like, do you
Oh
pay,
my
like,
God.
No, I've heard of
That is
that.
a bar.
I've heard of
I
that.
That is a
I
bar.
like that.
I've heard of that.
Okay, there's been
50-50 split.
situations where there was like one person where I would, because it was just like an arrangement we had.
Yeah.
Where I felt like that's the only reason we
Hooked up like
had
yeah.
a like
A sexual relationship.
any type of relationship like.
Oh
that.
my god. Oh well, I guess that kind of makes sense. But you weren't
Bro,
dating
it's
him,
a
were you?
fucking job,
No.
motherfucker. Like,
No,
Nigga,
I'm
what the
thinking
fuck?
she's talking
It's
about-
occupation, nigga. What the fuck?
Bro, I thought she was talking about like a boyfriend at first that you did it.
No,
It's somebody
I
she
like
making
met
content
him because it was just like I met him one time and then like he like hit me up and was like, because he like did a lot of like random like merch things and he was
Yeah.
like, do you want me to help you make merch? And I was like, no. But you're tall
Yeah.
and you look
Motherfucker-
like you have a big dick.
Motherfucker
Yeah.
went in to make merch and got a fucking whole
Hey.
fucking job.
Nigga, life was
OnlyFans.
nigga, life was
Goddamn.
paid.
Listen,
It's
guys.
so funny because like later on he ended up hitting me up and was like, can you help me get into like that industry you're
Yeah.
in? And I was like, no.
Damn.
Damn.
No,
Exploited him.
figure it out. Like I literally,
Yeah.
no, I gave him all the blueprint when we were doing it. Like figure it out.
Yeah.
And then my responsibility to help you
You botched the
I ain't
opportunity
finna
I
give you
gave
the
you at
steps.
first.
at this point. But I did give him money. Like we had an arrangement where,
Yeah.
depending on what I'd make, I would give him a little like percentage of it.
Damn.
Just
Cool job.
It's a cool job.
the only one I did it with, and I feel like when I was like my last ex that I was
Yeah.
making videos with, I didn't give him money necessarily, but like I took care of everything because he was kind of like a bum. Like once
Yeah.
I realized, before I was in too deep when I realized he was a bum because at first he didn't. Yeah, I didn't realize at first. He really was a great actor, if you ask me.
Yeah.
He played a role really well, and then I realized he was a bum.
Yeah.
But
So
I made him just do it to do it.
So you know,
Life's
so having
crazy.
so you want to catch most of the time you want to catch the sex on camera because it's like if you don't catch a good sex session on camera, you kind of missed out on an opportunity on some money.
I missed out on a bag.
Like,
yeah, and I feel like when it genuinely happens, it's like I'm not an actress. Like when I'm just genuinely like about to fuck someone, like obviously it's gonna be better because it's like a genuine moment rather than like something I'm like, oh, let me set up real quick.
You gotta have the paranormal activity camera 24/7 just ready.
Now here's a question: what is the difference, or is there a benefit to like? So wait, for 2-part question, but like, is there a difference between a model that does content on OnlyFans and then a quote unquote porn star, and then is there a benefit to transferring from OnlyFans to like a porn agency? Because I feel like if you do OnlyFans, like do content like that, like you
it's
wouldn't
like
be afraid to do
independent
porn.
and signed to a label. Okay.
I know, and you obviously probably make more money doing OnlyFans.
So I personally, like, I feel like there is a benefit from transitioning to mainstream porn because then, obviously you're getting, like, a new audience. But I don't think,
Like,
it's not worth it money-wise. But I think in the end, if you're gaining and you're good at what you do, you can traffic people.
Yeah.
And so I think that
aspect.
it is a good, if you want to go that route. I personally don't think I would go that route just because I don't want to
I feel like
schedule fucking.
I feel like the
or have
OnlyFans
someone-
girls be fucking richer than the porn stars. Low key.
That's not
Hell
even a
yeah.
question.
No,
Like
I feel
what?
like it's a mix now.
That's a
OnlyFans
big
is really
baggery.
cool because it brought all the sex workers in all different lanes. All the girls who did premium snap, all the girls who did webcamming,
Yeah.
all the girls who strip, all the girls who do full service sex work. I feel like everyone came together to have an OnlyFans, and I feel like it's brought all the sex workers together in a different way that we weren't before. So for that, I'm like super grateful. I think that's so cool.
And you guys were not getting the due just like percentage that girls deserved back then before OnlyFans. Like girls were the whole reason why porn exists. Like, and the girl wasn't getting that value. Of
It's like with
percentage.
boxing, they cut out the damn
Exactly.
promoters.
and so now the girls have an outlet to make their
Well, I
justified
seen
amount.
these numbers are crazy. I just seen
Insane.
the girl Karani something.
Don't botch her name.
It's like
Yeah, I
Karani
don't know.
something. Some blonde girl, some Jake Paul type
Racist.
girl. But she was making like $1 million a month, like 1.2 fucking
That's
1.5.
crazy.
OnlyFans?
That
That
she
baby-
showed the fucking receipts, and I was like, God,
that baby
I know.
has made
People make a
52
lot.
million.
I know
Yeah,
that,
people
but
like
nigga, that's bad baby. She's popping as fuck. But like,
But
why?
that's low key. That whole situation's kind of
kind of freaky because
It's
like
kinda
everybody waited for her to turn
cringe
18.
because she just turned
Yeah.
18 and that many people. Like,
nigga
it's
said,
kind of,
hold on.
it's kind of gross.
You know what's
Don't even
fucked
need bad
up?
babies
You know what's
like
fucked
you.
up? Another
But-
thing growing up, like if you like walking in public and you like see a girl like from long distance, like being 30, like I've been forgetting like I'm 30. Like, bro, you're 30 years old, bro.
Wait,
like you can't look
wait,
over there.
hold on.
Like
please
look,
don't. What?
look.
Relax.
Look,
what
if you
you're
see a
saying,
girl,
though.
you know what I'm
I know what
saying?
you're
Like
saying.
a girl from far, like it's hard to tell whether a girl is
I'm gonna take this
16.
baby
It's not
shot.
like they turn yellow, like they're yellow or they're orange until they're 18,
you gotta-
and then they're
You
like.
just got to kind of keep your eyes.
know what I
down
do?
most of the
But
time.
like
No, I
you can't
I
look
just
at
don't even look
anybody.
at 'em.
That's
What's
what that's what I'm saying. Like you,
Yeah.
at
I just keep
one point
walking.
you can't even look. Like,
Keep walking, boom, keep
Yeah.
walking.
and it's just wild.
I'm putting music
what's
in my
your?
head.
Can you?
Like if you didn't have tattoos, I wouldn't.
It's like
bet
from
on you
19 to
being
23.
18.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't bet on you being 18 if you didn't have tattoos.
I get that a lot.
Nigga, there's
though.
fucking 13
But that's what I'm
year olds with
saying.
tattoos these
Look at
days.
those
But
19.
still,
There's 13-year-olds with tattoos.
Would you
See, I didn't
tell
even
us?
say that.
Is that you don't have to say? You don't have to expose this, but like, could you say like what was your biggest month on OnlyFans?
Well, I want
don't-
to ask that, but I didn't want to ask.
Don't even say the number.
No,
Can
I
we
don't-
say six figures? Can we
Because
say
I didn't
like?
want to get.
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting into your pockets.
It
Yeah,
was
don't
six
say-
figures.
me?
One of my biggest was 6 figures, but I hate like.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm such a humble
you're pretty
person,
humble.
and
You are.
it's just like,
Like an
That's
imposter
a bag.
syndrome.
yeah.
That's
Like,
a rapper
I couldn't even
bag.
imagine
I
6
feel
figures in a
like
month.
I'm
Nigga, I'm at the crib
super
tripping.
blessed.
I'm calling Angel with the pints at.
Yeah, I can't even think about
super
that.
blessed.
6
You
figures.
took a risk and it worked out.
Yes.
Okay, one more
And I
question.
just-
Has it ever been multiple months 6 figures?
Oh my God, bro!
yeah.
So that's crazy. So that means that like you made
But
people
I
years.
I just feel like
Woman, you've had like 6 Instagrams with hundreds of thousands of followers. I think they know that you're fucking making. thousands of dollars.
That subscription based model is fucking killing everything.
It's definitely a blessing.
Yeah.
I feel really good about what I do.
You get
Don't let me get no motherfucking bag right now.
Make an OnlyFans.
Man, what's my fat ass on that motherfucker?
Shit, you never know. You know what's so funny? I've joked with her so many.
Anything on OnlyFans.
I've joked with her so many times. Like, I'm gonna make OnlyFans. And it's like, you know, for her, it's not a joke. That's like, go ahead, make some money, nigga. Like, she looking like,
if I get up on social media one day
people doing
and niggas are reposting this nigga's OnlyFans, I'm done with social media.
Why?
That's the last day.
You're against some people making it?
Yeah.
Because if you keep saying that, you fuck around and flood.
Do you feel like it's oversaturated right now?
It is very oversaturated now. Like, I feel like there's some people who okay, maybe that may sound rude, but like they have no business doing this. Like, you know, it's just a little oversaturated in that manner. But also, I feel like a lot of people got into it not really thinking of the full situation.
The work
like,
it takes to do into it.
The work that once you start, you got to be consistent, or you just put yourself out there for no reason.
You basically stealing money.
That happens to a lot of people because they think it's easy money, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like, when I first started actually doing like sex work, I worked like every day pretty much for like a year straight to accumulate like we're solid people. And those same people that I like had that first year, are a lot of them are still the same people that are subscribed today.
We're joking like, yeah, 6 figures, but like that 6 figures in a month, like you're not any business that makes that much.
It's fucking
is a fucking business.
No, not in a month. Almost every month, continuously.
Like, that's crazy.
Get out our pockets. Get out our pockets.
That's the subscription based model. Like, everything's subscription based from.
But I'm saying, like, you have
everything.
to respect any business that can make. Like, people don't make that in 2 years. You know,
people don't make that in their whole life.
Their lifetime.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely like on some crazy shit. You feel me? Like,
and I mean, just imagine being
I feel like I'm really humble too. It's like
definitely. Like, well, you're not here with no jewelry on. You don't have a bunch of fucking income.
You got a fucking Lambo outside.
That's how rich people dress. That's how rich people dress, though. You know what I'm saying? They be dressing
casual.
They dress like they ain't rich.
I'm casual.
I feel really good about what I like. You know, I'm able to live really good.
Yeah.
And take care of a lot of people and give back when I can. And I just feel like that's what makes me feel good about having everything I have.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I'm just like really grateful.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I said in the beginning, like I was, you know, in like the system and stuff. So I like really.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
I didn't really have shit.
So
for a long time,
you were in the foster system,
and that's a big deal.
Become successful to the level right now. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 28.
You're never supposed to ask women their age, but
I didn't know. I mean,
I'm 28.
It's like I know that if I said if you don't mind me asking, but like
you're good.
You could be another 40, about 30.
Even to that point, like being successful
at 28 years old.
Hey, see, like how much you weigh if you don't mind me asking.
Sometimes I have to like think about that too. Like I have to self-reflect on those days where I'm like,
where you do get sad or depressed. Like how successful.
You see me. My two moods is I'm creative and depressed. Like I don't have any other moods in my life other than those
all artists though.
2 moods. That's it.
That's all artists though.
Self-deprecating. You know what I'm saying? I think she wins. You know
that's all artists. I feel like artists are like fucking creative as fuck and then depressed because
you're not creative. That's a quote.
They say
no. That's it though. That's all I am. Like that's what my everything consists of. So, but I don't know where I was going with that after.
But no, we were talking about where you like the success from where you came from. Like that's pretty amazing. Like to be the willpower, the self-discipline of the like.
And yeah, I tell you that a lot. You know what I'm saying? You have to realize, like, you know, even you just being a female, just being able to have your own shit, have your own space, have your own money, and not being able to depend on anybody and making the amount that you make. Like I say, even if you don't care about it, it's just a principle that you can change people's lives. You can help your family out. You can do a lot of things for people, and that's a big deal that you should never downplay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and I don't. I think it's a big deal. Like, and I recognize that because, like, you know,
you're making money off art. You know, you made yourself art. You know what I'm saying? You made it to where your appearance, you know, your presence is people want that, you know what I'm saying? Whether they pay for it or whatever, they want to see it, they like the pictures, whatever. Like, wherever. Yeah, they're subscribing, whatever they're doing, like, that's a big deal, you know, because everybody wants that, you know what I'm saying?
That's so crazy to me, too, like, because people, they don't, like, no one even really knows you, they only know what you put out, and, like, I feel like for people to even fuck with you and not even, like, necessarily know you, and they just, like, choose to fuck with you, like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
and I tell you that a lot.
You know, I don't owe them nothing. They don't owe me nothing, but they still are, like, just riding with me through all this shit.
Yeah. Well, you have a definitely...
That's real cool.
A strong... photogenic presence, you feel me? So it's like your pictures are very strong, you know what I'm saying? So people are intrigued by it, you know what I'm saying? You have a very mysterious look.
I just love to create. I don't care what way or what I got to do to get a shot. I'm gonna do it.
How many pictures have y'all taken in the last month?
Who?
Any of it? Anybody
Thousands.
in here? Nobody in here posts on Instagram. Like,
I ain't take no pictures. I cut my beard.
I don't post on Instagram. I take pictures.
But I'm saying, like,
I love taking pictures. So
because think about the work it takes to like take a picture. You got to get fresh. You got to do this. You got to find the location, the pop out. Like, it's really.
I just don't like how low my beard is. I'd have been recording, but I don't like how low my beard is when I cut it. Once my shit get thick again, I'm back on Insta.
Are you back on Insta? You post.
I ain't posting my face.
But I'm saying though, we do. I'm not talking about story. I'm talking about a real.
I ain't posting.
Photo shoot.
A hard photo. Like you do. Like,
I need to do more.
But I'm saying though, like that's your job. Like you do that. Like that's really a job to have to pick the outfit, pick the location consistently.
It is.
What time you gonna post it?
And there's an eye for the the eye for the
for sure.
The image, like,
because think about, like, even like I said, when
it is a full time, because you're like,
and to get and to make a career of it, to make a career of it. Because think about, like, you know, when you go on that, back in the day, you might go on that too long week of just posting, and like, yo, you start going up,
going crazy,
posting a lot. But like, so think about it as the model perspective of like, all right, I know what to wear, I know what pose to fucking do, I know where to fucking do this shit. I know what time to post this shit. I know what photographer is gonna make me look good. Like, I know who to pick. Like, that's all, like, it's like a skill. Like, you know, strategic.
Yeah. Except for sometimes the who to shoot with thing is hard.
Yeah. Well, I heard you say earlier, you know, even when you did your first shoot, you looked at you hit the two models up. Like, how do you?
But then even
process?
after that, like, okay, he ended up being a weirdo though.
Yeah.
I've never even talked about it really, but he ended up being like a real fucking weirdo. In the end. So yeah.
Tell me, what's your process now? Like, when
now, I still sometimes
I
when
know
you risk
still had a situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say my most recent situation. I don't really want to talk on because I feel like it'll
we don't have to talk about it, but.
But I've had 2 really weird situations, photo shoots with lately. Like, just trying to go out of my comfort zone. Do
you bring like a weapon to the photo shoot, or you bring like a gun or a knife?
I've been carrying around that taser you gave me.
Yeah, okay, I gave her a little fucking pink taser.
Yeah, so I've been carrying that around, and honestly, like,
yeah, it makes you feel a little more safer. You can shoot.
Sometimes I wish someone would try.
Yeah,
just want to see what it does to somebody.
I wish someone would just try, but
do you have the taser with you?
Yeah.
Oh, turn it on. Yeah, hit it.
Taser nigga Baker.
I have a lot of weird shit in my bag.
Hey, chili.
What the fuck?
that would be a
rock,
hard
paper, scissors.
That would be a hard
segment.
segment.
I'm not doing that, because if you go on me, I'm be mad as fuck. I'm not doing that.
That would be a hard segment.
No, I'm not doing that.
Like, for
you know what? Tase Skylar Lex because he happy as fuck right now.
And a taser.
I like
that's fire.
Like, you want to get nigga,
wait? Does it?
tase, nigga?
Can you turn it on?
You go,
turn it on.
Make it go.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, make it go. Put that shit in V8 mode. Smoke a cigarette and tase yourself, AC.
Is that
White America?
Hit the thing.
Is that what it came in?
Yes.
Yeah.
White America, tase myself.
Press the button.
Trump.
Oh, it's right there on the light.
Just say Trump and tase yourself.
Let me see. He said Trump.
No. You going fucking
Why'd you
viral.
you asked me to do it like I'm finna shock myself?
Give me the damn taser.
I just wanted.
Give me the damn taser.
You just wanted to do it. I thought.
Bro,
that's a light, bro. Oh shit,
yeah, bitch. Yeah, don't play. Oh hell no!
Do it real quick.
Yes,
Go ahead. You want to do it?
No, you do it.
Hey, I might get a taser just to fuck with y'all.
No,
bro,
that's out of pocket, bro. Nigga out here with a taser.
It's kind of scary.
The switch,
but it's
all the way up.
cute.
Oh, she got a switch on it. You get that nigga AC.
Don't you dare!
Oh my god, that's
fucking
scary.
Brand that boy.
Muay Thai or not?
Brand that
Be
boy.
over.
Hit him with that shit.
Is that a big thing with modeling? Like, how do you get into that mode when you have to look into a camera with a random guy you haven't met before and you have to like get sexy and
I'm actually just really like I try to be really aware of who I shoot with these days.
Yeah.
But like these last 2 ones, I thought would be cool, because I did look at their work and who they've worked with.
I mean,
but it's just like me. I'm also really kind of awkward.
I'm just saying, like, even with like a regular photographer, like, I know it's work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like you meet a photographer. What is the whole process of like getting into that mode? Like, I have to like be sexy right now because I know obviously you're looking at the camera.
Now I get to pick who I shoot with.
Yeah.
I don't just like, unless I'm like shooting for something. And a lot of times I have creative control, and that's why people want to work with me.
Are you thinking of the fans when you take the picture? Are you thinking of like the photographer's vision? Like how do you zone out when you're looking in the camera, doing all these poses and stuff?
I
doing
just
these
do
looks?
what I feel good. I just do.
But how do you get comfortable?
Good.
Like, what makes you comfortable? Like, how do you get comfortable in front of the camera? Because some people
I don't
can't
know.
like
I feel
do
like
that.
it's just it comes natural. I think, especially because I've been doing it since 2015.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just.
Because I didn't see you just take regular fucking photos and you just get all fucking like.
It's like creative mode.
Because you just don't know how to take a regular photo, like not pose or like not.
I don't know how to take a regular
What's
photo.
that movie, Zoolander?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I'm so extra.
Yeah. Like if she's taking a picture of Kill Shot right there by the fucking bot, it's gonna go crazy.
I'm gonna be extra.
Kill Shot, throw your hand up here.
Why did I do that at the casino the other day? This old couple was trying to take a selfie like in front of the Christmas tree at the casino, and I was walking by. I was like, I'll take the picture for you. And they went to the reindeer, and like I took like long ways, sideways. They were like, all right, come on. I was like, all right,
you. Watch this.
It's literally what I said.
I got you.
I was like, I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm all fucking free shots.
So you don't get in. So
the casino.
You kind of like zone out, like the photographer watching you. Like it's kind of like you're going into your mode. Like
and lately I've been shooting mostly with this girl Casey. She's like my favorite person to shoot with. I just feel really comfortable with her and like bringing my concepts or like anything I want to do. She's just my favorite right now.
Yeah.
So
I like the. Well, damn, I don't even want to talk about the shoot, but damn, that shoot was hard with the metal, the guy. I don't even want to talk about it.
Don't expose it.
I don't want to talk about the guy. Yeah,
it ain't out yet.
Yeah.
It's out. Content. Oh, it's out?
It's out.
wait, what?
The guy that we don't want to talk about, the photographer.
Like the work that you did with him with the metal.
Everybody's confused right now.
I'm so confused.
The plastic bra and the plastic. Man,
Oh.
that was pretty hard. You get artistic with the shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a weird situation. Not my situation. Like,
I mean, I know that's just that's one of the things of modeling.
That is scary though. Like I was talking about that and like, thankful that my situation with said person wasn't. I didn't have an experience like that, but you just never know. And it's like you don't know if people are hitting this person up to shoot based off you shooting with them. They seen you shoot with them, so they hit them up to shoot. Yeah. And it's like, what if something bad happened to them because they don't have like that many followers or like they're not as like
they don't have a big ass platform to say something that happened or something
and that shit is real. And like there's a lot of creeps with cameras I've learned just because my own personal situations I've gone through. And that's why I feel like I'm so loyal to Casey. Like I love shooting with her, and like the few people that I do, like I have a few people I really like working with.
Yeah.
Can you tell what happened without dropping names, or it's like apparent based off of what you've already said and you don't want to say it?
I feel like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just not really trying to. I don't want to have no type of drama or have any type of beef with nobody.
Content.
Yeah.
I had to ask.
No, motherfucker, don't be making no fucking.
I feel grateful. Nothing. I had
nothing that she has to do. It's just something that. It was allegations for a photographer, and that's just all it is.
Regardless,
she happened to work with him.
He's
a big photographer, though. He worked with a lot of big people.
Well, I just know, you said creeps with cameras. You know what I'm saying? That's a common thing. So, like...
I don't think you had a creepy experience per se, did you?
No,
she had a good experience.
Not with that person.
Well, then, if it was... That's what I was...
And that's what it says. It's not her beef. You know what I'm saying?
Just
like
nothing I can...
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I thought it was like some creepy thing that somebody did.
I've had my own personal creep situations. Yeah, I don't really,
Yeah. Damn.
But I just feel like I've learned from it, and that's why I look at people's work a lot. Like,
but you're a veteran now, so you've done it so many times. You know what to look for. You know how they come at you.
But still, you never know. Like some people just like
come
around. Like,
do you feel like you need like a bodyguard or like an assistant to like? You might like I've told you before. You need like a girl assistant or like some type of assistant.
I miss Jesus.
You need a gay assistant is the best. You get the gay assistant, like boom, he got hands.
To have the best of the best.
And people not gonna play. People not gonna play with a gay guy.
And then I moved.
because he's like feminine
He
where
gonna
you
have
can
them
relate.
hands.
Y'all could be friends, but then he's
still gonna have them
masculine
hands.
where he
Yeah.
could fuck somebody up.
One of
They
my
try.
best favorite people is
Shout out to
a
Jesus.
gay man, and
He's
he
dope.
is he's so talented.
Very stylish guy.
He's great. He's
Hair always. I've never
an
seen him
icon.
not. I've never seen him not like
beautiful,
made
beautiful
up.
man.
Yeah, he's always made up. Always like immaculate.
I love
It's
him.
always
Shout
the
out
hair.
to him.
Shout out Jesus, man.
Shout out to Jesus Gomez. Anyway,
Yeah.
But
love him.
Oh, we got chili. Don't fall, boy.
I want to kick the camera. Right?
Don't fall. Whatever are we on?
I ain't gonna fall. I kicked it.
All right, we're on 2.
we just hit 2.
We just hit the 2. All right, Taylor. It
We
was
had 2 hours.
beautiful. I mean, I feel like this has been flowing.
Yeah.
That was the
That's
first
a
time
fun.
that I
I
haven't
feel like
looked
we-
at the
I
clock.
I feel like we
since-
did the whole get to know her, and then I feel like we just start flowing into other conversations.
You gotta let
I
them
feel like
open
it was
up
good.
and do what they feel
Yes.
comfortable with.
It was
you feel
very
me?
good. I love this.
No pressure. Just, you know what I'm saying? Let
Yeah,
it
it was
flow.
good.
Yeah, I had anxiety, but I'm good.
We all did. Okay, we all did.
You had. I didn't have no.
I was
I-
like, I was just because I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I
Like-
know what to expect. You know, I just want to be.
I feel like I'm very chill. Like
No, for sure.
and like trying
there's
to think
not
of
too much you can
questions.
say.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
gonna.
had all questions. I've been ready for like a week. Honestly.
Of course you have.
I've been
This your
really ready
fucking
for
Yes,
a
she's
week.
your friend. She's the
dumbass.
reason why you're the reason why she's
she
here.
had good
I've been
questions,
telling y'all,
right?
like, I just been, she had anxiety. She been telling me, I got anxiety.
Yeah, I just didn't know
Yeah.
what he was gonna ask.
You know, I was gonna ask some crazy.
I'm glad you finally you felt comfortable after you were here.
I feel like, your supporters and people that are interested into you, I feel like, and then new people, I feel like, they would get a lot more from you. I feel like you're a cool model. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say cool model,
Very
I feel like
down to
you're a
earth.
model that's very down to earth.
Thank you.
And I feel like people need to see that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times with these people on Instagram and these pictures, we see them, but we never hear them talk. We never see their opinions on stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you got cool opinions. You have a cool personality. So, this is just some extra content that people can look up. You know what I'm saying? And Blunt Talk want to use our platform and be able to give our friends a platform. You know what I'm saying?
First female Blessing Blunt Talk.
The first female Blessing Blunt Talk.
Thank you for pulling up.
Yes, and we will have more. We'll have you back on here.
We need more content.
I
Like
feel
this.
like once we start having like more guests, I want to like mix up we should have like 2 guests at a time.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
we want to,
It's a
we're
big
groups like
conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because we're episode. What's the episode 20?
28.
This is episode 28. So we still.
Love that.
we building.
Yeah.
We building.
We're building. We're episode 28 right
Got some
now.
That's a
hits.
lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Well, the first
That's
10,
cool.
the first 10 were like done before.
Yeah.
But
And now
We
got
grind.
the-
totally, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So like we're definitely gonna come back with different topics and everything. But I'm glad that I'm glad we got to know a little bit more about you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like putting a story to the pictures, especially for the fans. You feel me? And the supporters. So that's dope.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. You got anything to say? Chill.
No, I'm off Casamigos.
Yeah. I feel like that's
Yes,
another
I
thing.
want to finish this.
We have
I'm
to
off
nice,
Casamigos. The Casamigos
Oh, there's no more
open
of
you
that?
up.
I should take one more shot for the end of the
more,
podcast.
it's
I mean,
I
I'm
still
still
have
sipping.
this. This is
Yeah.
like 2
I'm
shots
I'm gonna
for
take a
me.
shot.
I have to drive. I'm
It's
gonna
just
get
2 shots.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
tipsy.
want a shot? You need a shot. You driving? You need a shot to wake your punk ass up.
to get too crazy inside here.
Get a shot.
No,
man.
what
Get a
is
cup.
it? It's Wednesday.
I say
Whatever.
take the podcast out and then do the shot.
Here, man. Come on. Give me a cup, man.
We can do the shot.
Do
Yeah.
this little baby.
Be like,
Oh, we're just all doing a shot.
I'll be looking at you on the way home like, wake up. What you want?
we do not promote drinking and driving here on
We
Blunt
promote
Talk.
it.
Definitely do
No,
not
we
promote
don't.
No, 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 no,
We're
no,
gonna
no,
Uber.
No, 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 no.
I'm not drunk.
We don't get
think we could
drunk
drink a
and
little.
drive. We get high and fly.
I will.
No, we don't. We do not. None of us.
Hey, chill out. You
It's
know.
way more juicy. than
Hey.
I did not drive.
I'm still trying to keep that green dollar sign on the.
Oh, no,
on the
I
podcast.
did
Y'all
not
be asking
drive.
weird shit, wild
Respectfully.
shit. Yeah, respectfully.
Did we get the last episode? You said a little
cutting
boom.
this part out.
Which one didn't get monetized?
All of them.
I'm cutting this one out.
All of them except for Wolf.
Damn.
Damn.
YouTube is on our necks.
No, y'all
What
be
it-
talking about wild shit.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? It's
Me?
not me.
This
saying-
one's
Bro,
definitely.
wait till you look. Oh,
This
there's.
one's a no for sure.
I don't think I
There's
see
no-
nothing crazy.
We got the Wolf one monetized.
No,
The
it's the
Wolf
only
one
that's
is
not.
the only one
Okay, I'm
that
taking
is.
this baby
Yeah.
shot.
It,
You know, Wolf had to keep it PG-13. He wasn't trying to go crazy. Cheers. Like I said, I feel like I ask good fucking questions in this motherfucker.
For sure. I feel like I keep it cool.
Yeah, you
like,
keep
I
it
don't say
cool.
nothing too crazy.
My whole thing, I'm not a fucking. First of all, I'm a fucking rapper. I ain't no fucking tabloid.
I'm not
Fucking,
a political fucking.
feel me? Because I wouldn't want nobody to ask me no fucking crazy ass
I'm
question.
not
if I
the
did an
fucking
interview.
newspaper.
Are we gonna interview each other one day?
Us?
I feel like we should do. I've seen podcasts
When they give
like,
me a big bag.
like the Chili
Tried to
Sosa
get
interview,
political with
the
it.
Eddie Baker
Big bag.
interview.
That's
I
when
can
the
get
bag come down the future.
You know what it
I'm
is?
saying?
We get a little political because you got like the Mr. Republican, you got like me, the independent.
I'm a conspiracy.
You got him, the
theorist,
Democrat.
Like
I
feel
love watching people's conspiracies. I mean, like I have an open mind, but I'm definitely a lot of it I just watch because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I just like.
I
for
thought
sure
it was funny.
entertainment.
I thought it was funny until
for
shit
sure
started
entertainment.
coming
It is
coming
entertaining.
true. Like
I feel like 2020 just showed everybody like shit's crazy out here.
Like,
The
we was
world
at-
is crazy.
We was at the
for
house
sure.
bored as fuck on Google watching shit. That's why.
Yeah.
fuck
We
yeah.
made ourselves go crazy.
Everybody was going crazy.
Made
Yeah,
ourselves-
2020 was
crazy.
crazy, and we both lived downtown during
Yeah,
that
oh
time.
my God.
2020 down here was crazy.
if you think about it,
where
that's
were you?
oh, where
I was in the IU.
no. Look,
I lived down.
everybody's
I lived down the
inland.
street.
You said
Damn.
some real shit. Like everybody was stuck in the house, so everybody was on YouTube.
Everybody went crazy.
We all went crazy. I was on YouTube too fucking much.
because we were fake forced to not go
I'm
outside.
still on YouTube. Fuck.
No, you're fucking crazy. I
No,
don't know
but
what-
like from the pandemic, like that's when I started watching podcasts and shit like that. And
That shit mesmerized
YouTube
them.
how I feel like this: the world's crazy. I'm gonna die one day, so it's like I might as well just try to live every day until I die.
Man,
it's like
respectfully,
hey,
that's what you gotta
I'm
do.
just trying to do that. Like,
Hey, man.
something's
Hey.
gonna take me out. Like, I
Yeah.
can't think about all the shit that.
Hopefully
goes
not
into
now, way down the line.
Like down
but
the
you know.
line. It was like at least fucking like 5, 6, 7, 8,000 episodes in this motherfucker. I don't know how long that's gonna be. So it's like, let's just put that to at least like 10,000 episodes in. Then we'll talk about that. So I don't know how many years it's gonna be, but
fuck.
that sounds like a long time.
Chili's like, what?
Like, what the fuck? You living my episodes, nigga?
I'm trying to
Fuck
get to
that.
at least
8,000.
fucking. I
I'm
need to
living
get to
my
this.
years. Fuck them episodes.
I'm trying to get to late 80s, 90s.
Joe Rogan's like at like 1900.
15.
Jesus,
19.
nigga. That's what happened when they dropped the
1900.
big bag on
1950,
you,
something
though.
like that.
When you got the big bag and you could just fucking get 40 million to fucking talk to motherfuckers
Yeah,
all day.
that's when they
fly
dropped
out
the
again
big.
and
That's
shit.
nothing. They dropped the
40.
big
But I
bag
feel like,
on you.
look, I feel like our guests are getting, we have quality guests. Like
For
all
sure.
right now, like even Taylor, like everybody that we have has been quality. Like we have very
Hell
people
yeah.
with their own bases. We have I feel like the guests have been good. Like I've been trying, even Vic, we got the Vic coming out soon. Like we have a lot of guests coming. Don't talk about the
No,
guests.
no,
Is
well,
that what you about to say?
Why would I say that when this is coming out after that one comes out?
Exactly. So like that's what I was about to
So
say.
you
like,
said it. You said it wrong.
Exactly.
We haven't dropped that yet.
Well, it's dropped now that they're
It's
hearing
dropped
it.
now, but we haven't dropped it
Hey,
out shooting this
dropped
video.
this
you
out
know?
there.
But I'm just saying, we've been getting quality guests. That's the whole thing. Like, motherfucker, I'm fucking famous, motherfucker. I can get.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty famous.
Motherfucker, wrap this bitch up, okay? That's when we go. That's when it's
I can
on.
get guests.
Hey,
Turn the
Yeah.
conversation in.
Hey, this is Blunt Talk. I'm Chili Sosa,
I'm Eddie Baker,
and we got a guest in here.
Taylor White.
Yes,
and this is Blunt Talk.
That was corny. That was corny as hell.